We're live, brother. We are live. Welcome, ladies.
Barely holding on, boy, to the everlasting.
There's a Deion Sanders joke for every line,
man.
Today.
Hey, shoot him. If you got him, smoke him. That's what they say. If you got him, smoke him. Today is the day. Hey, man, we done made this man the champion of our HBCU podcast segment for umpteen months in a row. Looks like that'll be a place he'll never be again. Man, we got to rename the HBCU segment.
I am HBCU.
Definitely ain't swag though.
We starting off early. We ain't even got to the HBCU segment, so we're gonna run through this pregame because I really want to get to talking about Deion. So, let's get to this pregame. Tell me what in the CB4
stories, but me and Randy Couture, like, we trained forever. You know, we're good friends. I was his coach. I'm telling you, man, because I'm a turtle player. Like, I swear to God, I'm still looking for his rings up my ass. Okay, they grabbed me, like.
So the story behind this is this wrestler. So this dude right here is trying to learn how to grapple in UFC fighting. Fighting.
I'm gonna let myself out. I'm gonna let myself all
so they
the way out.
listen. So they play. It's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu
No,
dojo.
That's what the moves sound like to the
BJJ. So they're playing a prank on this dude, right? They're playing a prank on this guy, and they're saying they're talking about grappling, and he's like,
okay, and not to tell too many stories, but me and Randy Couture, like, we trained forever.
so he's talking about them grabbing his balls.
I'm telling you, man, because I'm a turtle player.
Yo, this is what happens. I did not put this show together. This is a Reggie show. And you see with your
Well, I gotta start off with some humor. But if y'all have ever seen any prison movie, Shawshank Redemption, CB4, you've seen the look on this man's face before. He looks like one of the people in those movies, one of the non-dominant people in those movies. He look. The funny thing. Wait, listen.
We ain't even gonna make it to 100 episodes. Don't worry about it, y'all.
The funny thing is, look. He keeps.
Your answer is, but look, no.
Listen. He keeps inching away from Buddy, and the more he gets into the details, the more he moves away. Like, oh no. That's what makes it funny. He's like, oh, and that's what it was like. Oh, grappling ain't for me. Like, I can tell y'all right now, this is not on the list of things I need to learn ever. And basically, he's saying, wrestlers, and they're playing a prank on him because you really can't do that.
Hey, he's a boxer now. Know that. For the rest of his life, he is a boxer. Ain't no need for you to bring up nothing when it comes to me.
Hey, man, this how
he might not even want to talk to Jimmy Garoppolo. He's too close to him.
You will.
No.
That boy always go get the top bunk, top apartment, top condo. No bottom, nothing. All right, no more jokes.
Hey. I hope y'all enjoy it here while it's here. We here to just shoot shots at Deion, and Reggie just gonna set the podcast on fire. We want to get to January.
Oh, well, y'all already knew how I feel about Deion.
We have so many new things to show.
This is the stance that I'm taking on the Deion topic when we get there. Y'all know my stance right here. You can take that United Nations approach if you want to now. But
it's a bad day for Deion. Let me tell you.
I don't care.
The splash
be a bad, worse. Shit. But anyway, this is how I was. Man, So let me tell y'all a story. So I was going to the store today, and it was so much traffic, and I was like, man, I got to get back to pod. We got to get on the air. Blase, blah. We got a lot to talk about, and the lady at the register just kept talking to me, bro. She kept talking, and I'm trying to be nice. You know them little old women that be working, they just working. And she's just like, yeah, how you doing, baby? Da-da-da-da-da. Giving me all this talk. This is how I wanted to respond. This is how.
Coach Thumb win. Let's go for the win, man.
Man, I'm fucking working. Shut up.
I bet you ain't said nothing else, Mike, when you spoke to him either.
Nope.
Mr. Tomlin, when you get a free moment, let me know.
My man
Best out-
was walking to to the stadium.
And what room is that over there?
That is
there.
that is the Atlanta Falcons stadium. That's Mercedes-Benz Stadium. When you walk
Oh,
in, at the bottom, you walk past the
was-
VIPs. That's what you see. So they were trying to get him to talk because there's a lot of Steelers fans. And look, he gave him the thumbs up. He didn't even try to talk to him or nothing. That was kind of messed up.
Yeah.
He didn't even try to talk to him or nothing. Man, I'm fucking work.
I mean, it's a black man at his job. Do not try to talk to a black man at his job about anything that is not work related while he is actually working.
Yeah. Mike Tomlin is known as one of the most intense coaches when it comes
Yeah,
to
and
he
he's trying
bought
to
all
have
his
a little
team black
decision.
Air Force Ones, and he keeps that black Air Force One energy. So you better stay out the way of Mike Tomlin. Speaking of black men and
slapped.
working, or black men that were working, the arrest warrant for AB was issued in Tampa for an alleged assault in which a female companion he kicked her out of his house and he threw a shoe at her. So she filed a charge. This is misleading though. And the reason I wanted to put this on there is because it turns out that it was never a standoff or an arrest. They said that he was in a standoff in the caption on this
Correct. That's the reason I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, hey, they got to stand off at AB's house.
and then it just went away. Nobody said anything else. So what happened
Yeah.
was it was actually a misdemeanor, and they were trying to serve AB, and he was like, "You can't serve me if you can't find me." So he refused to answer the door or come out his house. So they spun it to make it seem like he was in a standoff with the police, but it was just the police were trying to serve him with a misdemeanor for throwing a shoe. So we wanted to clear that up. We make fun of AB a lot, but I mean, come on now.
This is weaponizing the news and the police against this dude. And we make a
That's what
good
America is made on.
amount of jokes about AB, but this is fucked up. This is terrible. And the way that they were reporting it was like a standoff at this man's house. Not you trying to serve him papers and him being like, no. Because if you try to serve any of us papers, we're going to be like, no.
Okay. Yeah, like we're not gonna hey,
Boy,
why?
you don't go the hell on away from my house with
Are
any of
you
that.
Are you Mr. Reginald Davis?
Do you
Who
have a
wants
warrant? That's the only
who-
question we wanted to know. Do you have a warrant? Otherwise,
wants
you
to
have
know?
No reason to be here.
who want no, first question is who wants to know? I'm not admitting nothing.
I don't even want to know who wants to know. You and this car with these lights need to go the hell on somewhere else.
My baby is asleep. That's
Exactly. And
what's
I ain't
that?
got no baby.
Ain't got no baby, but my baby is asleep.
Hey, and you better not wake the motherfucker up neither, or everybody gonna have a problem. How about that? How
'Cause
about I
it's-
come to your and do that? Knock on your door. Well, you better watch you guys serve before you serve me anything.
So we did want to clear that up. More hypocrisy has come out about Kyrie Irving. Amazon CEO says that the company has no plans to remove anti-Semitic film that Kyrie Irving reposted to his Instagram account. Now,
Reggie,
there is a lot of Nike paraphernalia sold on Amazon.
no, they have a strategic partnership with Amazon. I want them to break that partnership. I want them to if you can't stand for what Kyrie did, you can't stand for what Amazon is doing. You need to cut ties with them.
It says, as a retailer of content to hundreds of millions of customers with a lot of different viewpoints, we have to allow access to those viewpoints, even if they are objectionable, and they differ from our particular viewpoints.
Hey Reggie, ask me what that means.
Hey, Norwood, what does that mean?
Boy, fuck you. That's exactly what that means. If you were not clear, Amazon said you can kiss they whole ass.
We gonna
I
keep
don't
making
care.
this. The sales on that book went up like 10,000%.
Profits is up. The money is up. It's up and it's stuck. If you got a problem with it, see me.
They are injected into the American economy. If Amazon falters, the economy it's kind of like the banks. They've made themselves almost important as the banks.
No, NBA. Y'all had Kyrie do that book report. He had to go be on the job for a day with somebody in job shadow to learn about being anti-Semitic, even though he was always clear that he was not anti-Semitic. I need you to keep that same energy. That's the reason that I said what I said when I said it. I knew 100% somebody else was going to mess up.
And it didn't take long at all.
And I knew that Amazon was not taking that movie down.
No, they said it. They said that early.
So your morals and beliefs are about as conditional as Adidas rolling out them Yeezys next year.
Adidas. And it's been reported that Nike has officially severed ties with Kyrie after anti-Semitism controversy.
First of all,
what is the difference? What is the difference? What is the difference? What is the difference?
There is a big difference. Kyrie and Nike were already at an impasse. People forget that last Kyrie sneaker he did not like.
He didn't like, and he said they came out with that and didn't consult him about it at all. You are correct. We talked about that. You're right.
Exactly. That's the reason, number one, I appreciate this podcast. It allows me to record all of my thoughts in a succinct place. So if I ever do need to go back to them, and with the friends and family that I have, it is a constant thing. But
we do call you out.
Also, it encapsulates when the part of the story that only we cover comes back. Nike, you're trying to put this off as anti-Semitism. And that was y'all's issue with Kyrie. Just keep it real. Y'all were already at a point where neither one of y'all were cool with each other. Just say that and move on. Stop.
Don't lie. Stop. Like, come on, man. Well, they gotta lie.
No,
they gotta
lie.
They
need to lie. No, you don't.
If I'm really
more,
go ahead.
I respect them more if you just say, you know what, it ain't work. And I also want you to think about this very unique timing. What else did Nike let out today, released today?
I don't know. This is your wheelhouse.
Ja Morant, new sneaker. You think that's coincidental?
Oh no. Ja Morant's the new face. Ja Morant's the new face. And I will say this too, now that you brought that up. If y'all stand with Kyrie like y'all say y'all do, I wish I had a church organ right now. Boom, boom. If y'all stand with Kyrie like y'all say y'all do, you up there calling people out in the press conference. Boom, 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 boom. Well, you have a moment right now to prove just how much you stand with him right now. They have severed ties. The only person I do not expect to sever ties with Nike and have is LeBron, because they gave him $1 billion. Like there's nothing he can do. Well, I mean, there is something he can do, but I mean, you asking somebody to walk away from $1 billion, but
I mean, don't they say he already have it? If you already got it, you're the person who should be most likely to walk away from $1 billion. The person who already has one. But I'm gonna tell you, once I get my $1 billion, because it's gonna happen, I'm gonna tell you this: I'm acting different.
You know what? If I were to get $1 billion, I would teach myself a foreign accent. I would no longer speak in the English accent anymore. There would be no more. Because I don't want to. Because I can. Because I can afford to change my vocal cords. I can do whatever I want to with $1 billion. I might be 6'7" tomorrow. What you talking about?
That boy finna get them shin extenders.
Boy, they already got them. You can't tell me that your mama 5'2", your grandmama 5'3", and your daddy 5'4", and you 7'5". Come on now.
But you already 6'5.5". It's for the people under 6 foot who that surgery should be almost reserved for. If you're above 6 foot and you want shin lengthening, let me tell you, you have a problem.
I also have a lot of money. And a lot of money in this capitalistic society can remove all of your problems. $1 billion.
You You got more problems or more money?
I could buy an island, and you could have all the problems, and they got to swim to me. Like that's what's going
I'm gonna
to
say
happen.
the same height, but you got to be 5'7" or under to come onto my island. I ain't got to grow taller. Everybody else is shorter.
Yeah, man. But and finally,
Amazon,
Amazon's
y'all,
tripping. I can't believe.
Nike.
And they have really swept this under. Ever since this came out, and then it was proven that Kyrie's not anti-Semitic, there has been crickets. No apology to Kyrie. No even backtracking. They like double down. But nobody else has said anything about Amazon except for the NBA players, except for Jaylen Brown. Come on home, Jaylen.
Oh man, we got a spot for you. We got a guy who's not happy.
Who is not happy to be here right now?
And he does not play any defense, my kid. Let me tell. And boy, that was
awful. So y'all know how it is on Monday. We watch the games as we pod. So the Hawks are playing against the Thunder, and the Taints and the Cucks are playing on Monday Night Football, aka the Saints and the Bucks. Cucks is actually a really funny joke, but I'm not gonna tell.
I know that. That is the reason. I'm like, boy, we have already gotten to unprecedented land in the podcast world, and we haven't even gotten to eviscerating Dion yet.
Oh man.
Please.
And finally,
this is going to be a ride.
Last day. Do you think this was real? So Steph Curry allegedly hit 5 threes, 5 of these in a row.
No, that's not.
I don't know, man.
You know what the answer for black people is. If you can tell me the answer to this.
Oh my God.
If you do that, what is universally black people's answer and what they should do next?
I don't know. I don't.
You should know this answer.
I'm not universally black, I guess. What is it?
I need to take your card back. Oh,
Okay.
I must need to play the lotto now.
Oh, you right. I'm about to go hit them numbers. Boy. Damn, DeJounte Murray.
Yo,
crazy.
You hit 5 of them in a row. I'm finna hit.
I'm about to go. This must be my night. Don't even pick the numbers. What numbers you want? Quick pick. Let me get the quick. I ain't even got to fill out the card. I ain't even got to give me 4 quick picks. 4 quick picks. Yeah, DeJounte Murray crazy. But yeah, this reminds me of the LeBron clip where he was shooting fadeaway threes. Yeah, DeJounte Murray crazy. Where he was shooting fadeaway threes. This reminds me of that.
You see that little kid with that chain on?
Hey man, y'all start texting me. Never can I say taints and cucks. I can say it. It's my podcast. I can say whatever I want to.
Yeah,
Shoot.
we ain't gonna make it
You-
to 100
whatever.
episodes anyway. So do whatever you
Whatever.
want to. Say whatever you want to.
Kanye up there embracing Adolf.
Nope, Reggie. What we should not be doing is finding a way to relate ourselves to Kanye.
I did not
Peace and
relate
love
that.
to my brother. Thoughts and prayers. Oh, on a more serious note, man, I was watching the pregame, and it looks like our announcer Bob Rathburn. They say that he was suffering from dehydration and kind of passed out. Please, thoughts and prayers. That was a terrible thing to see on television. But yeah, thoughts and prayers to Bob Rathburn and his family, absolutely. And to the assholes decide to tape that and put that on Twitter, you're despicable humans.
If you don't, you may not think you know who Bob Rathburn is.
But you absolutely do.
But you do. He's been play-by-play man for multiple teams. He's been on NBA TV. He's been on CNN. He's been on so many sports platforms, and now he's here in Atlanta, and we love him. So T's and P's to Bob. It looked like something worse than what it was, but luckily, prayerfully, old folks be getting dehydrated, and he didn't drink no water, and it's cold outside. And I just told you the other day, I was like, man, it's cold outside. I ain't been drinking enough water. You know, I don't be liking water in the cold water in the cold.
Man, I was watching him, and at first I ain't gonna get too into it, but just looked like he was falling, and you like, all right, brother, and then it just didn't recover. I was like, oh my God, it was not great to watch. But everything that I've read on Twitter, about all the different media outlets have said positive things. He went to Emory, trying to get him taken care of. At one point, they were like, he might be back tonight. I was like, man, if you don't
And you know when people say stuff like that, that makes me think you. I'm hoping he's really okay because that means you lying. Because ain't no way somebody passes out and say, "All right, get back to work." I sue you forever.
Sue? How you gonna sue? I'm already at the house. Damn, man, drop me right now. If I ain't going to the hospital, at least take me home, bro. Y'all just Uber me to the crib. I'll be good.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the pregame. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We had to try to make it somewhat funny and light before we get to this HBCU segment.
Oh, it's finna be funny.
I'm probably going to take the docile approach. Norwood has been ready to. We've talked all day about this. Deion Sanders going to Colorado because we actually heard about this.
Didn't want to believe it.
Probably a week ago, 10 days ago. And we didn't want to believe it. We knew about Auburn. We knew about South Florida. We actually thought South Florida was the school, but we'll get there. Y'all stay tuned. We will be right back. Listen to the Splashcast Master Playlist as we get ready for episode 80, Monday Night Raw. Be right back.
Another one. DJ Khaled.
And I know that somebody's been praying for me. Head above ground and I could have been 6 feet deep. Out on these streets when I get out on my knees. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm bloated bad for everybody who counted me out. And I still got love for all my dogs who holding me down. Head above ground for my niggas and my downs. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I done dodged a few heartbreaks. Never lost a thing I can't replace it. Couple times thought I wouldn't make it. Then I came up 10 toes out the basement. I done had to mute, fuck noise. Did a couple things that left me no choice. I done hit some licks that my mama won't be proud of. Said we gon' be rich, give us all that she can smile for. The devil on the block and he lurking. Tryna hit me off with a dozen. But when I look around, she ain't worth it. That's for certain, yeah. And I know that somebody's been praying for me. Head above ground and I could have been 6 feet deep. Out on these streets when I get out on my knees. I'm thankful, I'm thankful. I'm bloated.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, I had to let that rock for a second. Y'all know how to, because we about to lose our religion a little bit in here. You know, I always tote the line anyway.
We always walk clear and near the cross. We will never be without the Lord and Jesus.
Ooh, look at you starting this podcast off like you starting Deion's press conference, praising the Lord. The Lord led him to Boulder.
I'm not starting anything with Deion. Because if you started with him, he might be gone when you
by the end of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 80 of the Splashcast, Monday Night Raw Around the League edition. I am your co-host, Reggie.
I am the co-host, Norwood, and this is going to be a little bit of a different episode. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so ladies and gentlemen, y'all know how it is when it comes to Monday Night Raw. We do the pregame, which we just did. We then talk about HBCU news around the culture, football, NCAA, NFL football news around NCAA, NFL football, as well as news around basketball. And we end it with our splashes of the week, which will be about black baseball. We'll get there. black baseball. Who did that? And then soccer as well. We'll talk about the United States men's team. Come on, Tampa. I don't care. I'm not rooting for Tampa Bay.
Oh no, you're looking at the wrong thing. Let me tell you that Jalen Johnson to the locker room on a layup. Nobody
hurt himself.
Yep, looks like it. I ain't
Looks
gonna say
bad.
what it looks like, but
Looks bad. And he was playing.
nah,
too.
it's just
All right.
untouched. Nobody near him.
So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado,
It's plenty to do. Plenty to do.
let's get to this HBCU segment first. Y'all know we always start out with HBCU news because it is, without a doubt, the most nearest and dearest to us as well.
To some of us.
So that's how you starting, huh? Before we get there, let's talk about how we got to the SWAC championship. Everybody knows that the MEAC, what's good, Rod? Everybody knows that the MEAC has punched their ticket to the Celebration Bowl in North Carolina Central, whose coach also won MEAC Coach of the Year. So all we were waiting on was to see how the SWAC West was going to play out because the SWAC East was won by, formerly coached by Jackson State, formerly coached by Deion Sanders. So we were waiting how the SWAC West pulls out. And
The artist formerly known as.
the SWAC West game that decided whether or not Prairie View was going to go or Southern University was going to go, it turned out that Southern beat Grambling, and they needed so many other people to lose in order for them to go to the SWAC championship, and they won the division, won the SWAC West championship. So I have to give kudos to Southern University. SWAC West champions. You see me out here with the canary. That's not canary. That's yellow. With the light sky blue shirt on, with the SU on it. Y'all know the Southern is near and dear to my heart, just like Hampton. With that being said, how did I get Jamel Hill here? You then had Southern play Jackson State and went down there, and at least they gave them a game. Last time they played them, it was 35-0, and it was 22-0 after the first quarter.
This is an old-fashioned ass whooping, boy.
Dooley actually played he started Brashawn McCray again. Brashawn McCray is number 11, and he is really Debo Samuel. But it's like if you tried to take Debo Samuel and make him play quarterback full time.
He's kind of built like Debo too.
He's smaller because of course Debo's in the NFL, but he's fast like Debo. He can run and he can catch. But he could throw too, but he just can't throw to open people. He only throws it to the other team.
Has a problem, especially quarterback.
So they took him out. So Southern just looked shell-shocked. Jackson State scored 3 straight touchdowns off turnovers. An interception return for a touchdown, and then 2 fumbles. So it was 21-0 before you got to the second quarter. Before Shador even went out there to even get warmed up, he was still had his chains on, looking at the camera.
You're gonna have to get a little bit warmer in Colorado.
Because, well, you ain't gonna wait at all. So it's been a hell of a week in the SWAC, man. You had the Bayou Classic, you had the SWAC Championship. Now they're going to get ready for the Celebration Bowl. And then this happened.
He looks so guilty in this photo.
Shoulder to shoulder in Boulder, Colorado. Deion Sanders abruptly left Jackson State.
I think abruptly is the wrong word. Immediately.
No,
it was
abrupt. So I just want to let y'all know.
it was both.
Y'all know where I stand on this. Melanin versus everybody.
And I'm not even the verse everybody part.
I am.
But don't do this. And let me precede all of this with, if you're a first time listener, congratulations. You just found the greatest audio experience of all time. But Deion Sanders by far is my favorite athlete of all time. So it is even more disappointing to have to do this to the person who you consider your favorite athlete. But this is trash, Deion. Let him know what happened, Reggie.
So let's. How do I want to do this? How are we gonna do this? We got to give the full picture of how this started. Deion Sanders was at Truth Academy, right? In Dallas, Texas. He started his own academy. He played. His son Shador was there. Shiloh was there. I think his daughter played basketball there. Is it Shalomi? I think so. Shador, Shiloh, Shalomi. And he did well. But everybody knew that Deion had aspirations to coach in college. Fast forward to what, 2020? August 2020. Deion makes headlines or was it 2019? 20, 21, 22. So he got hired in 2020 because that was, yeah.
Correct.
So gets hired in 2020. Well, before he gets hired, he makes headlines because Deion went back to school at Tougaloo College. That's a very important thing. He went back to school in Tougaloo and earned his degree. And he said this is 35 years after going to Florida State. He played football at Florida State. It's awesome that he's able to get this degree from an HBCU. And he put emphasis on HBCU. And so that happened in August. Jackson State announces his hiring 1 month later in September. Jackson State 1 month later in October reveals board-approved plans. I want to say that again. Board-approved plans for an athletic facility renovation and an athletic football field renovation, meaning they renovated their practice field as well, and they got a pavilion so they could practice outside as well when it's raining, as well as have brand new state-of-the-art football facilities. Deion says, he cries in his press conference, he says, God told me to come here. God told me to come to HBCUs. Why not us? We can build a dynasty.
Then God told him to get the hell on too, huh?
We can build a dynasty. Why not us? Our kids deserve as much as every other school. We should be able to have 5 stars come to HBCUs. He said all of the wonderful things. Oh, the biggest thing he said, I'm here to turn.
Talking about his kids, though. His kids deserve all the opportunities that he would like for them to have. And if that means that I have to go to an HBCU first to get my son to be starting quarterback for a D1 program, then that he said it.
But
we didn't understand what he said, but
he said you made me forget my point. Deion, he says, God led me here. Oh, why not us? Why can't we have kids come here from D1 instead of going to D1 schools? Why not? We can affect the community. Blase, blase, blah. All y'all know how it is for anybody that is affiliated with HBCU programs. And I ain't talking about somebody that went to the school. No, I ain't talking about that. Either you went to a HBCU, you're an alumni of an HBCU, your parents went there, you have close family that went there, you have been to the classics, you understand the culture, and I ain't talking about just homecoming. Because there's a clear divide between the people that went to HBCUs and the people that did it. And it sucks because it's divided us. It's supposed to be us versus everybody, right? That's what Deion sold us. Deion sold us that we could become a dynasty. Deion sold us that we're going to do all of these wonderful things. And he raised money. He did. You got to give him his credit. He raised money. He allegedly donated half of his salary in order to get the practice facilities done on time. He got everybody here.
Time out. They call that an investment. If I put this little bit of money in over here, there's a very high chance there'll be another team that will offer me 5 years for $30 million. I'll recoup my money on the back end.
Yeah. Yeah. So and this is what he said at Jackson State. The last thing that he said, it's not about the money. It's about the impact. It's not about the money. It's about the impact. All of those sayings, all of what you're saying, all of those promises, everything that you're saying makes this move look like you sold everybody a dream. To me, let's think about it. Go ahead.
Because he hustled him. I mean, Deion was not. Hold on. Go ahead. You gonna play it or no?
No, I'll wait.
I mean, for me, when he wanted to start this, we knew he wanted to be a head coach at a college program. But he had no base. He had no experience.
None.
Other than Truth. And Truth Academy or
whatever you think of it, and all the news that came out of it, it is what it is.
It is 100% is what it is. But was supported in spite of. And just earlier last week, you remember they were on here talking about before he got the head coaching job, they had questions about that.
What you mean?
Not us. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, they were trying to defile his name using Truth Academy last week.
Exactly.
Yep.
And stuck beside it. Nah, you know what? That's an unfortunate circumstance. We read what was really happening and gave him the benefit of the doubt. And then before they could, the ink dried on the win with Jackson State, he was out of there.
So let's play what he said to the.
And everything that's been transparent around about my whereabouts and what I'm going to do, and I like for y'all to hear it from me and not from anyone else. It is what it is. Either in coaching, you get elevated or you get terminated. Ain't no other way. You either elevated or terminated. And it ain't no graveyard for coaches where they die at the place. It don't work like that. They either gonna run you off or you gonna walk off upon your own recognizance. I've chosen to accept the job elsewhere next year. I'm gonna finish what we started. We're gonna dominate. I'm gonna be here to that end and that conclusion. And then when that conclusion, we will move on. Now, what I don't want you to do is thinking something is better on the other side in regards to some of you. I would like to have the opportunity to meet with some of you so you don't go and jump in the portal and you die in the portal. I don't want that to happen because some of y'all thinking it's simplistic like that, and it's not. That portal will be loaded on, is it Monday, fella? Yeah. Okay. Monday. The portal opens, be loaded, and they're gonna call and they're gonna ask, because that's what we've done for some of y'all when we were trying to acquire y'all. We called and we asked your coaches, and when we knew what kind of character, what is it, and I don't want you thinking since you have the Jackson State awards on you that people are just gonna flock to you and they're gonna lace you like that. This is one of the best universities, I believe, certainly in FCS, that you could have an opportunity to play at because of all the bells and whistles and these particular things that we've brought here. And I'm trying my best with this wonderful gentleman to help choose this next guy for you. My recommendation goes to TC. They know how I feel about TC. I want TC, and several of the staff members are going to be retained here, but that's mine. I would love for someone in-house because I don't really know how y'all would act with somebody outside the house coming in to really not understanding how we function and how we get down. So that's my recommendation. So let's clap it up for TC. I hope
How you gonna
That's
break up with somebody
how
and
it
tell them
goes
they should
down.
date next?
But that's not his sole decision.
All right, man. I don't want to hear no more. My bad. I don't want to hear no more. Let's break
Bullshit.
that down real quick. That's some bullshit. That is some bullshit. For Deion to, first of all, we're gonna get to my other point. There was a whole lot of we and I. How
There
can you
is no
have
we.
I and we when talking about a team? There's no we anymore. You've left.
You're gone. You're no
You have
longer
chosen to accept a job elsewhere and didn't tell nobody. And then told the kids that you said jump in the portal to not jump in the portal.
Your
That's-
words
you
on
full
your
of shit.
Instagram were, I'm not hard to find. So what he's saying is, these other guys I'm going to recruit out of the portal are surely good enough. You stay here at this HBCU.
Don't go to the portal and die is what he said. He did say that Jackson State is one of the best HBCUs, but then he says, because all the stuff that I and we brought here, meaning his staff, I and we, they did bring a lot of money. They did bring, Jackson State had the #1 crowd participation anyway, so it just increased. But you got to realize that that's the other reason when I said at the beginning, the board approved renovation plan for Jackson State was already approved before Deion got there. He did help with the fundraising though. I'm not going to diminish that. But this right here, I got to turn it back on so y'all can see. This right here, that's some bullshit.
You're
And
not-
right after the SWAC championship? And the only reason you telling them now is because Boulder, Colorado had to announce you as the coach. They had to.
Exactly. And I don't know how much you know about like wars and military, but basically this is when different countries go into a country to support it and then pull out all of its resources and troops. Those countries historically have the same issues over and over of being taken over. Because you pump this place full of resources, money, attention. Then you go on about your life and take all of the resources with it. I'm not sure if Jackson State is in a better place today than they were when he got there. You got to fill the coaching job. Let me tell you, your best defensive back is gone. Your #1 quarterback is gone.
Your running back is probably gone. Your linebackers are gone. Your defensive ends are gone. Jackson State's football team is going, unless they have to announce a coach by the end of this week. Because if they don't,
Why-
that team is going to be gutted. And first off, let's the first line was you either get elevated or terminated.
Nick
There
Saban's
was
been elevated or
no
terminated.
way that you were going to be terminated at Jackson State. There was no way. It was a whole bunch of I and we.
Nick Saban, he ever been terminated or elevated? Or is he at the mountaintop enjoying looking down?
So then Deion then does something unprecedented at his. Oh, before we get there. So at the SWAC championship, this is why this bothered me even more. And shout out to The Right Time with Bomani Jones. I listened to it and he pointed out something that I noticed. Deion he's always about press. He always does a press conference after the game. He does an interview show. He does media. Deion did absolutely nothing after the SWAC championship game. He didn't answer any questions. He didn't meet with SWAC media. He didn't talk to HBCU Go. He didn't do any of that. He posted this video. And matter of fact,
HBCU, then go, and he left.
a matter of fact, if you look at the trophy presentation and this may be me being in my feelings. It is what it is. Go look at the trophy presentation. He looked like he was ready to go. Come on now, hand me that trophy now. Come on now.
Yeah,
like he was
I would
rushing
like my
them.
$30 million.
So you say all of that elevated or terminated. You giving all of this speech and all of these cool little onomatopoeias and all of that stuff that you doing.
Nice.
You up here BSing, dog. That's BS. So then he goes to the press conference and immediately says, Shedeur Sanders, that's your quarterback, but he's gonna have to earn it. Well, if you name him your starting quarterback, all that earn it shit is another line of bullshit, right? Another line of bullshit. So all of those, let's go back to the, because I'm going too fast.
I want to say earn it like them 2.5 years you spent in college being the head coach in that.
Let's go back to here. How many of those players has truly been screwed? And I think it hurts so much for the HBCU people is because this happens to mid-majors all the time, right? Your VCUs, your Liberties, your whatever. Their coaches get taken all the time. But they also don't come in preaching, I'm going to be here forever. They come in letting you know what the story is. They come in saying,
was sitting down with mamas and grandmamas.
I'm going to raise your black boys. And we're going to get to this too because I keep saying this too. Everything I'm saying is for a reason. He kept saying, I'm going to raise these black boys to be black men to change our community, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
And he just changed his community.
So Deion then goes, because we're still on the timeline of Deion. He then goes to Colorado and names his son the QB. Now I didn't see his son through the whole thing, but he didn't bring one thing that's interesting is he didn't bring Shiloh. He said he's beefing with Shiloh right now, but I mean it is what it is. He brought Shedeur and he brought Shalomi because they're both going to transfer from Jackson State to Colorado.
Not like those teams could probably use those players.
And here's another thing that's interesting. Jackson State, back-to-back SWAC championships. You have alumni from your team in the NFL making an impact for the Detroit Lions. Colorado is awful. Awful.
1-11.
1-11.
And this is your step up. The only thing that is money.
Money.
one thing
There's
you said
no
wasn't
way.
allowed.
No way. And that's frustrating. And for all of y'all people that come up here, I've been reading Facebook. I've been quiet because I really wanted to see. Everybody was talking about name one HBCU alumni that would turn down a $30 million or however much percentage increase. The difference in that is I don't know
about the money.
I don't know any HB of that in my circle. I don't know any HBCU alumni that would fake the funk with an HBCU and say that I'm doing this, I'm going to stay here, we're going to build a dynasty. 2 years ain't a dynasty. We're going to build a dynasty. We're going to do all of this stuff and then leave and go to the one of the least diverse, God, how can I say that? Least diverse schools on the opposite coast. I could have said, even if he went to South Florida, I don't think I would be as frustrated if he didn't go to South Florida. Or I'm not even frustrated, disappointed. I'm disappointed. I've been disappointed a lot this year. I finally understand the meaning of that word. Oh, you there? Okay, you quiet.
So,
But
for me, it's the lie. It's everything. You're wasted everybody's time. And my biggest concern is Jackson State and their infrastructure now. That team.
Oh,
I don't
yeah, the infrastructure. Y'all some damn fools. If you go, I seen somebody say Jackson State should have had what's the plan? Contingency plan. A contingency plan. I'm telling you right now, there is no Division I FBS school in America that has a contingency plan for 2 years. Nobody hires a coach at any school and says you only gonna be here for 2 years. Nobody, not
that means
one.
The hiring committee, the hiring committee has not done their job at all. I hope we learn from this that, and
no, I ain't done.
And
We
I
got
hope
a lot to go.
All can learn from this. I think that if you're not from the HBCU culture, I think this is a great opportunity for you to sit down with people who did come from that culture and gain a level of understanding. Because I don't think what we're saying or what we're asking for is unreasonable. I think it's very fair and reasonable. And I think that we got to take a moment to look at, once again, everybody wanted their Deion Sanders 8 months ago. That was the plan. That was the answer for HBCUs.
You know who else that hurt? Now go ahead, finish.
I think that we can put that to bed, and I think that you've
screwed over Hugh Jackson, Eddie George.
Not even Hugh Jackson. All the rest of the guys that were right on the cusp of being interested in doing this.
Oh, yeah.
We were right at a point where there were so many people. I've had so many different conversations of, oh, man, this is the guy who we could get, or we could get this guy. Once again, I tell this story all the time about my profile who says, hey, it might not be the best car in the world, but it sure as hell my car. There's other cars out there nicer than mine, but this is the one I own. And this is the one I'm
This is my rifle.
Yep. And I think that Deion was cool with this because he had no intention of going back. We wouldn't do this because we know you couldn't do this to Hampton and then think that you was going to go back and have any type of peace. But when you're not interested in going back, you'll do what the hell you want to.
Yeah, you and then I watched the press conference too, y'all. I was knee deep. I watched the press conference and he's like, "Hey, Rick, I guess he's like they had congressmen, presidents and all that. We got to do something for Jackson State. We got to do something for Jackson State." He goes to, before we even, I guess what hurts the most is the way that he's going about this. Everybody knew that Deion was going to leave. Everybody knew. There was no way that you thought Deion was going to stay beyond 3, 4, 5 years. 4, 5 years. Really, 4 or 5 years.
That was my answer. I realistically said, hey, man, his daughter's going to school here. He'll do a solid 5 years here. If she wants to do a 5th year red shirt, that type of thing for whatever reason. You have given it a reasonable amount of time. You got through your entire class of recruiting, and you have submitted yourself as a icon in
He only got one real class of recruiting. One. Everybody else that came the first year was the transfer portal. Travis Hunter was his first real class of recruiting. So he didn't even lay the foundation all the way. He left and he's taking the foundation with him. Y'all know Travis Hunter ain't staying there. You know Shador's not staying there.
Travis Hunter has already put on his Twitch stream, "Coach, I'm following you." Out of there. Now you got to try to put together Jackson State got to put together a team with what?
Nothing.
No coach?
Nobody's going to be I mean, like you've left the cupboard so bare. Those players came there for you. And you championed all this HBCU rhetoric and all that. And that's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. And I'll even say this. You said, and shout out to Bomani Jones because he's the one that made this point. Tougaloo fast-tracked you to a degree so that you could be eligible to get a job that nobody else was going to give you but us.
Talladega. It's Talladega.
Talladega. Talladega fast-tracked you to a degree so that you could get a job that nobody else was going to offer you. Nobody else offered you a job. Nobody. And when I went back and I looked at a lot of his interviews, you could see and hear the change in his voice and the change in the message from after they won the SWAC championship the first time. After they won the SWAC championship the first time, Because I told y'all, once you do folks wrong, you start thinking about it, and you start going back like, what was their intention before? So after the first SWAC championship last year, remember, he struck down all of this news. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not talking to no other schools. And then it came out that TCU had, in fact, been in contact with Deion Sanders. Y'all remember that? No, because it was swept under the rug because they got Sonny Van Dyke, and he's up there, and somehow they went 11-1 and made it to the college football playoff, which we'll get to in our next segment. But nobody remembers that, right? But then you go and you start looking at some of the other interviews that he did on Twitter, and then the 60-minute interview was just, that's when we were like, oh, he must be out of here, because he was like, he went from,
I got to get my coaching staff paid.
He went from, we doing it for the culture, for the people, for us, we're good enough, we're this, we're that, to I'd be a fool if I didn't at least entertain the other offers. I'd be a fool if I didn't do that. Well,
I honestly believe that he was negotiating through the media there. I thought he was like, all right, well, I will increase my own personal value so that by the time that I am legitimately looking for a job, you'll be able to know exactly what I'm going to cost you, and it won't be cheap.
And then all of this happens, and you see what it really was, right? So then Deion gets to all of this. He gets there, and as soon as he gets to Colorado, he's not even, we got a few positions taken care of because I'm bringing my luggage, and it's Louis. So I want some of y'all to get ready and go ahead and jump in that portal. He just told the people that he's leaving, that I'm not even going to say leaving, because leaving means that they knew that you were going, that you're abandoning the team that you're abandoning, to not go and stay there. Because you know why you say don't leave Jackson State? Because you feel guilty. That's why. Because you know they're going to leave, and you're going to leave them with nothing. Jackson State was poo before, but they had the number one attendance in the SWAC for forever. They support that team whether you there or not, because they love the band as well. Number 2 band in the SWAC. Bang bang. So that's why he felt guilty. So then you come to Colorado and you say, now here's his whole speech.
The position's already taken care of because I'm bringing my luggage with me. And it's Louis. Okay. It ain't gonna be no more of a mess that these wonderful fans, the student body, and some of your parents have put up with for
Man, shut up, man.
probably 2 decades now. I'm coming. And when I get here, it's gonna be changed. So I want y'all to get ready to go ahead and jump in that portal and do whatever you're gonna get. Because the more you jump in, the more room you make. Because we bring kids that are smart, say that, smart, tough.
No, don't tell me
fast, discipline, with character. One more time. Smart, tough, fast, discipline, with character. That's the ones we're going to get. Is that you?
Don't tell me that you just told me to jump in the portal. Tell your luggage.
Nah, bruh. Don't come over here and say, go ahead and get ready to jump in that portal. Fuck out of here, dog. There's no way. So come on, man. Come on, dog. Y'all can't see the play in this. You can't see it. Y'all sitting up here defending this. But you know who defending this? People that don't know. Because I was actually coming here really to shoot some Deion some bail. I was like, $30 million is $30 million. But when you sit here and when I started to look up the timeline and I saw his rhetoric change and you could see the plan, you went from Deion, the prophet, the preacher, to Deion, the used car salesman. Oh, this used car salesman stuff to me. Oh, that's all it is.
Once again, it's another thing that I said a couple weeks ago. I'm going to say it again here. Time gonna fix everything. Not prime time, just regular old father time. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I hope you play good, Deion. Hope you have one of the best teams in the Pac-12. Because let me tell you that you're not gonna be able to come back knocking on HBCU doors.
Never. Where do you go? Where does he go if he fails? And I don't wish that on no black man. But where does he go if it doesn't work out?
You know, to hell. That's the only place you go. You think that these other PWIs gonna have anything to do with if you don't produce? We would have took you back had you left properly. It's just like a woman. You walk out of here like you got some sense, then you might be able to come back. You act like a fool, you dead where you stand. I don't have any ill will. I don't wish anything negative to happen to Deion, his family, nor any of the teams that he coaches.
No. At the end of the day, you still a black man, and we are never gonna wish pain and strife on a black man. Never. I hope you are successful. I hope you learn a lesson. But before we go,
and his assistants to get him the kind of staff he needs. But, I've said this before, that this is the time for us to put all the chips in the center, and it's time for us to get God.
Rick, how did you fast track the transfer rule changes, and how did you come up with enough money to get this guy?
Well, look, we don't have the money yet, but I know we'll have it. So I'm not worried about that piece. The support that we got from our regents, our presidents and chancellors to be able to pay him what we think we needed to pay him, and his assistants to get him the kind of staff he needs. But
first of all, if you heard that, he had totally avoided the guidelines he changed. He said nothing about that. He slid around that so quickly. He slid around that like it was a screen. He missed it. Then he was like, So first of all, I'm going to avoid the big part about how I changed the infrastructure because it benefited me. Then on top of that, he's going to come back and tell you, well, we don't even have the money, but we're going to get the money.
they don't even have the money. But like I said, I watched the press conference, and they asked the president, 'cause I think he's the athletic director, I believe. Yeah, Rick George.
Just remember this.
They changed the transfer rules so that others could come here. They don't even have the money. This is a play for Colorado, who has not been relevant for when last time Colorado was relevant in football?
When
Cordell
Rashawn
Stewart
Salaam was playing running back.
Cordell Stewart. So that's Cordell Stewart.
No. Rashawn Salaam was after that, right?
Okay, so the early 90s. Because I think Rashawn is R.I.P. Rashawn Salaam didn't die.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, they haven't been relevant for a long, long time, like almost 30 years. And this is a play for them. They saw. God, it's taking everything in me to not be petty. They saw a person, and you do have to give them credit. They have hired 3 black coaches in a row when nobody else hires black coaches. But as Bomani said, if this don't work out, that's probably if you won't make it to 4. They ain't gonna hire no more, right?
I mean,
but they don't even have the money. They said we just made an offer.
This is your elevation, 1-11, and we gonna get you straight, big dog.
There's no way that this isn't a money play. There's no way that this isn't a money play. There's no way. It's impossible. There's no way.
I wish Deion would have just been honest with us and said, they gonna give me a lot of money and I'm out. I would have respected that way more. I'm going to get rich.
Yeah. Or, hey, Jackson State, we're going to benefit each other. I'm going to raise as much money and win as many SWAC championships as I can until the best offer, because not the right offer. This couldn't be the right offer. Couldn't be.
This is
the best offer.
The other
comes
part
along.
that's even more frustrating is this ain't even a good job.
1-11, dog. They are awful.
Boy, good luck though, because you're gonna need it.
So I'm gonna end with this. I kept saying Tougaloo, but it's not Tougaloo. It's Talladega. The people that you left and turned your back on fast-tracked you to a degree that you had no desire of getting. Gave you an opportunity that you couldn't get anywhere else. Gave you autonomy to be able to run the organization and run the football program as you wanted to. Brought your son, gave your daughter, basically did everything that Colorado was doing, and you sold them the dream of, I'm going to do this for you. Even if I can get past all of the bullshit that you sold, you can't even say thank you. You have not heard Deion come back to Jackson State. Now, I'm sure he's going to say thank you now after the, not to saying that he's listening to us, but I hope he is. Not to say that he's not to say that he won't say it after the Celebration Bowl, but you haven't even said, you acknowledged Jackson State and said we got to do something for him. What do you mean we got to do something for him? We got to put a little pocket and money in their pocket. No. Yeah. Say thank you.
It sounds like taking a love offering for the visiting preacher, bro. That's not what this is.
No, man. Say thank you. You would not have this job. You would not have this job in Colorado. You would probably, now I don't know what could have gone on. You could have been working on a degree somewhere else. I don't know the backstory. I also don't know. So I the only bail I shoot him is he also didn't have clean water for like 3 months. And he's battling. I went to Jackson and he was battling the same people that were allowing Brett Favre to do what he was doing were trying to keep Deion from doing what he was doing, right? But at the end of the day, Deion, you handled this wrong and you didn't even say thank you. You haven't even said thank you. And if you give this long, and anything you say now is going to be disingenuous. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to listen to you. Because you disappointed us. You disappointed us. You did everything. You gentrified Jackson State's athletic department. Period. You came there. You sold them a dream about the community and what you gonna do. You put a little money into it, and then you left and took everything with you. Because I want to see these offers and these advertisement offers, these advertisement deals, all of these people coming down there. He's bringing all of these, getting exposure. Remember, exposure. Is he, Deion, are you going to be plugged in with the Mississippi All-Star combine that you helped start? Are you still going to come down there and help with that? Are you still going to do all the things that you said you're going to do? No, because this move shows that you're not going to come back. You're not coming back to Jackson. You're not coming back to HBCU football.
And Gilly, you need to take your ass, keep going to Jackson, and all these Terrell Owens, all these people who were showing up when it was cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All y'all celebrities, for all these people that's calling out the regular people that are upset, all y'all celebrities that's talking about HBCUs, I better not see you at no damn Colorado game. Better not see you. I better not see you there. Because that means y'all full of shit too. And that's why there's such a divide between people that went to HBCUs and that are in the damn culture and people that are not. This right here is why there's a divide. Because if somebody, listen, we joked Eddie Robinson Jr., didn't we? We joked him at Alabama State when he said, he ain't swag, I'm swag. I know what it is. He said that. And lo and behold, a month later, nobody that actually is from HBCU culture would do this. Nobody. Now, you do have to have the conversation.
You gotta come back.
Even if they leave, nobody's going to leave in this manner that is from the culture, that is went to HBCUs, that is affiliated with it at all. Nobody. And then you got the people on the other side. You know, these same people on the other side is all that are the same people like, oh my God, you guys still have to stand in line at the registrar's office. Y'all are all that. Man, shut the hell up. You still stand in line to go when you over there at PWIs. You stand in line with them 30,000 students. But it's bad when we stand in line. Right? No. Y'all, that's the same people over there. So y'all can stay over there. For all I care. I hope that you can see how much this means to us and that you see how passionate we are about it. But if you want to sit over there and throw shade at HBCUs and HBCU alumni, you could shuck and jive over there with Deion in Colorado. Peace out. It is what it is.
Man.
I will wish you well. I will send you gifts on your birthday if we friends. I will do whatever. I will support your black-owned business. But don't come up. If you over here criticizing HBCUs, but went to Georgia State, but did hang out at Morehouse, and go to all the fun stuff, but then be like, oh well, y'all don't even support y'all. Man, shut the hell up. Y'all the same people. All y'all can kiss my ass. Period.
Yeah, for me, you even though you did leave some staff over there, you're not. First of all, I'm conflicted. I know what they get paid at Jackson State, and I know what they get paid at Colorado.
And if you leave me there,
just like
30 million.
If you leave me there, I'm waiting for you to come get me. Save me.
It's sad. It's a sad day. It's disappointing. Deion is going to go on to do great things, and he's releasing all of these. He's got all of these little quips, all of this. Oh, I'm about location. Hey. I'm about whatever he said, location, destination, whatever. You said, and God led you, man. It's a lot of God that be dropping in this one. There was a lot of God in these, a lot of GODs.
Hey,
a lot.
I'm gonna tell you this. Good luck, but you got a lot of work, my friend. Sometimes, and let this be the message for all people. The grass is clearly not always green on the other side.
Nope. Not at all. So we spent 45 minutes on this, but you knew we were going to talk about it. So let's talk. We was going to talk about it. This is some bullshit.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
But I will say, I ask you this last question. Do you think that this was a move strictly for him, or was this a move to try to get Shedeur to the league?
I think it was definitely a Shedeur move. I think it was. I mean, I don't. At this point, I don't even want to speculate because everything I thought was clearly some bullshit, and I don't think that. I think this put Shedeur in a very. Hey, bro.
They said Shedeur didn't look like he wanted to be there because Shedeur is a big man, not just on Jackson State campus. He was a big man in FCS.
Oh, we're gonna see now, but I'm gonna tell you.
You can't fail. You can't fail. You can't fail, Deion. That's why I honestly, I hope you don't. I hope you don't. You can't fail. You can't fail. You can't fail. You can't, because you can't recover from this. Not with us. You go to Liberty. Probably go to Liberty. Or if it don't work out, well, they better than Colorado, so you probably can't go there.
This is the thing, though.
Coastal Carolina, maybe?
He's only been a head coach, so he's not even going to be. He's not even considering.
Oh shit! Now you done brought that up. Deion never even went up the pole the traditional way. Jackson State afforded you, because your personality is so big. Nobody was going to hire you on their coaching staff. Nobody. And you weren't going to do that because your personality is too big. Nobody was going to hire you to be an assistant coach. You don't have it in you to go be an analyst on Nick Saban's staff and work your way up. You don't have it in you to be a cornerbacks coach, a DB coach, an offensive coordinator. You don't have it in you.
In 5 years. At this program, Colorado, I mean, because you got to think, you would assume he didn't go to Colorado to be mediocre.
And they didn't go there to have him leave either because they got contract buyouts. If he leaves in the first 2 years, I think it's $20 million he got to give back. And then if it's the second year, it's like 17. The third year is 15 or something like that. They have a built-in payback plan. Hawks out here about to lose to the Thunder. Lord.
Tricked it off. Maybe we need John Collins. Who thinks? But for me, yeah, this is trash. I'm kind of over it. I'm happy that we did not get into this foolishness, and I hope that this is a cautionary tale for all HBCUs. Just because sometimes this pomp and circumstance looks great, it may not always be the best thing for you. Good luck and Godspeed. Thoughts and prayers to all parties involved.
We'll be back, y'all, with our football segment and our basketball segment and round it out with splashes of the week. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, rate, and review us on all your DSPs. We'll be right back. Y'all go get y'all some dinner, some water, some liquor, some beer.
Hey, y'all don't disappear like Dion.
Yeah, come back. Come back.
We just wanna party, party just for you. We just wanna party, party just for you. Party just for you. We gotta dance and shake the bread. We just wanna party, party just for you. We just wanna party, party just for you. Party just for you.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Look how I'm living now. Police be tripping now. Yeah, this is America. Guns in my area. I got the strap. I gotta carry him. Yeah, I'ma go into this. Yeah, this is gorilla. Yeah, I'ma go get the bag. Yeah, or I'ma get the pad. Yeah, I'm so cold like, yeah. I'm so dull like, yeah. We gon' blow like, yeah. You slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. Look how I'm geeking now. I'm so fitted. I'm on Gucci. I'm so pretty. Yeah. I'm gonna get it. Watch me move. This is Sally. That's a tool. Yeah. On my Kodak, black, ooh, know that, ooh, get it, hey, ooh, work it, 100 bands, contraband, I got the plug on who a hawker, whoa, they gonna find you like Paco.
Behind the music.
Behind the music. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 80 of the Splashcast, the Around the League edition. Y'all know what it is. We just finished our HBCU, formerly known as Deion Sanders segment.
Formerly.
We are now going to talk about news around football, NCAA and NFL football, to say the least. Man, talk about a wild, chaotic weekend. And when I say chaotic, what does Reggie, not for me either, really, what does Reggie like? Chaos.
You look more and more like that Elmo every week. You should get that tatted on your face.
I might get it painted on my nails like Caleb Williams, who's in their pack team. So Caleb Williams, let's start out with championship weekend happened in college football, FBS college football. Championship weekend, Pac-12, where Deion Sanders is with the 1-11 team, was sitting on the couch looking at USC play Utah. Everybody assumed that USC and Caleb Williams were going to make the playoffs. How sure were, even though they played Utah, who beat them before. $901,000 bet was put on USC to beat Utah in the Pac-12 championship game. If they hit that bet, they would have won $693,000. So they would have basically went from $900,000 to $1.5 million. That's how confident they were. How did that work out? Well, you know, Caleb Williams, you know, he's known for painting his nails, getting his manicures, and he said, fuck Utah, painted on his nails. Didn't really work out, did it? USC was confident. Didn't really work out at all. Because this was Cam Rising at the end holding the Pac-12 championship in Utah. Now, Caleb Williams did hurt his hamstring in the third quarter. I will say that. But at the end of the day, y'all got beat. Really got stomped.
So my number one, most importantly, they should have just taken Caleb Williams out of that game and they could have won. You blew that one. The receivers were open. No, the second guy isn't as good, but he can move and Caleb could. Put him in, you figure it out. And that is bad. But the painted fingernails, you got to know that you got to win that game. If you don't,
you know it comes with that. You know it comes.
You know the smoke is there. You can't duck it. You can't say anything. And this is going to stick with you. This will have, you know, you'll be back next season. They're going to ask you more questions about it. We assume that you're going to be one of the first quarterbacks drafted in the NFL next year. They're going to ask you about it again. This is what happens when you do things like this. They stick with you forever. You better win the damn game.
So Utah's quarterback name is Cam Rising. Cam Rising had a response for Caleb Williams. Very interesting response.
Fair response, though.
Huh? Fair. It's definitely a fair response.
Yeah.
He said,
Utah on there? That's cute. Don't give a shit. It is what it is, you know. You can do whatever you want, put whatever you want on your nails. I'm not going to judge you for whatever you do, but yeah. Hope you liked it.
I'm gonna let you know right now. I know. I'm gonna let you know right now. When he said, "I'm not gonna judge you for whatever you do," that was a shot. That was a shot.
Yeah,
that was a shot.
Loaded chamber. And I've been a big fan of Utah all season. Now I'm not gonna lie. I picked USC. That was my sleeper team. But I've watched Utah play against Florida. Now we did win the game, but I left that game with a ton of respect for Utah. I knew that they weren't what I assumed they were going into the game. I'll be very honest and transparent about that.
Man, y'all won y'all bowl game.
Enjoy it, bro. I mean,
I am.
Whatever is the worst thing that can happen to me happens to me.
Because you didn't have humility when we met. You're being taught about humbleness now.
Oh, y'all got a couple games to win. Last time I checked, my friend.
I know. I mean, it is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. It is
that
what
is
it is.
true. That's 100% true. Whatever happens will happen. But I like Cam Rising overall. I like the Utah players. And hey, man, if you're gonna put something on your nails, you better win the damn game. Let me tell you that.
Man, and I ain't gonna lie to you. He showed that little limp. And they were tagging him the rest of the game. One no, lay him down. Is he okay? Nah, they were tagging Caleb Williams. They made USC quit.
Hey, I'm gonna hold you to that, huh?
They definitely made USC quit. They made USC quit. Utah, man, they for real. They are a team and a coach made up of Southern Cal rejects. What does that mean? They're from L.A. They grew up in the shadow of the Coliseum. The coach did. Cam Rising is from L.A. And they weren't recruited by USC. They weren't pursued for the coaching job, even though they were all Americans, all of that. So they have the chip on their shoulder, and the coach is forever going to have the chip on the shoulder because they wouldn't even interview him for the USC job.
Yep.
So you do all of that, and that gets you out of there. So, as I said, I told y'all I like chaos. That was one form of chaos.
So much chaos.
Where there wasn't chaos was here.
Oh, Lord.
If you want to know how the SEC championship game went,
it's the gentleman. It's the large gentleman in the red jersey with his finger in the air.
If you want to know how the SEC championship game went, this is how it went.
Now you Fabo?
So we even made this a poster that is being circulated around the internet.
I'm not a Georgia fan, but that is amazing. I like it. I told you, when I saw him do that, I cut the game off.
I turned the volume
too much
up.
Disrespect. There is too much at this point. You got this man on your hip like a toddler. No, game over. We're done. I'm not ruining any more of my Saturday. Hey, stop. Oh, how does this work? I got him. Nope.
And the fact that he held his hand up like we're number one. I mean, it's like he picked his kid up off the jungle gym that didn't want to come home.
Let me down. First of all, that's the first answer is let me down, bro.
The first answer is why didn't the rest of the LSU team not fight this man for embarrassing?
I was about to say, the first thing I'm gonna do is crack you over the head with that football. I ain't got nothing to do but that. He's injured already at this point anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and put me out of here, dog. I'm hitting right over the head with this football.
He can, and that sucks for him too, because he can never live that down.
You got him. Well,
he's gotta hope that Georgia does. Yeah, because he started walking with him. He's gotta hope that Georgia does not win the national championship. Because if Georgia wins the national championship,
does not matter.
This will be the picture of the season.
Be a new trophy.
Because and you also got to hope Jalen Carter doesn't have a good playoff. Because if Jalen Carter has a good playoff, he's already arguably the number one defensive player to come off the board. And there are no good quarterbacks coming out. And so he's probably going to be a top 2 pick between him and Will Anderson.
Oh, man. You know how many times we're going to see that during the
and Jaden Daniels is a senior.
That's going to be in every video that anybody makes about that man from now until he retires from the NFL.
And you're going to see it. You're going to see it when Jaden Daniels goes to the combine. They're going to try to show all his highlights and say, well, except for this.
Yo, do not. If you show that, I'll punch you in your shit, bro.
No, you won't. Because I'm going to just say, I'm going to go get Jalen, punch him in his shit, and tell me what you going to do. He already done lifted you off the ground.
I've been looking for him anyway.
No, you haven't.
Me and him have unfinished business.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way you looking for him. Ain't no way.
Yes,
ain't no. You better have a weapon with you.
Hey, you know that I do. I was going to say I would have my crowbar in hand. And I'm looking for straightening. I'm going full Tanya Hardin. And you look like Nancy Kerrigan, my friend. Let me tell you that. What we not going to do, no, once you've done this to me, this is Streets of Rage, Ninja Game, whatever video game it is. We are getting it in right there, my friend.
So Georgia punched their ticket. They're obviously going to the playoff.
He needs to slap number 72 for being in there. Look at that. Grandpa, ain't that you standing right there next to the man who picked up the guy who you supposed to be guarding?
Yeah, you're going to be a granddaddy, and that's going to be on the internet forever. You can't go nowhere. The internet ain't going nowhere.
While your granddad is watching, why was your granddad in that man hip like that?
Granddaddy, how old were you? I was 24.
Your granddad is soft as sharp.
So
Georgia
made it, of course. Finished the regular season, 13-0? 12-0. 12-0. 12-0 regular season. They have the longest winning streak in the nation right now. Blase, blase, blah. The next team in the ACC is probably the least watched championship game of all 5 championship games because they were already eliminated. Clemson got destroyed. Not destroyed. Well, by Notre Dame. And then they got beat by South Carolina at the end of the year. But they ended up playing North Carolina, who was the best of the rest in the ACC. What is Tom Brady doing? Best of the rest in the ACC. Oh, that's a fumble. Oh, the Saints are about to be in first place in the freaking division.
Now that I'm not ready
No, they're not.
But
They'll be in
they're
second
also-
place.
they're
But
al- yeah, I was about to
Clemson
say.
has won one. I do like this poster though. Another Clemson championship. They won the ACC championship in 2022, 2020 through 2015, or 2015 through 2020.
Who did you beat?
Everybody, whoever,
Who is everybody?
everybody in the ACC.
Mid. Play basketball versus me. Tell me what and how you feel then.
You said it's mid.
Yeah, like this is not an. This is what I don't like. This is not an accomplishment. Oh, this is not an accomplishment. This is something that you tell people when you want to tell people something that's some bullshit, but that sounds good. This is not it. Congratulations on beating absolutely nobody that matters.
It's mid.
Okay, don't care about this.
Chaos.
And
Though.
who are they playing?
North Carolina. Drake May is the best quarterback in the nation according to everybody else.
Don't say
I'm gonna
that.
tell you right now, that dude Nussmeier for LSU Nussmeier for LSU, he gonna be a problem. They came in for Jaden Daniels and threw them 2 touchdowns. He gonna be for real. But anyway, so you got Clemson out of there. Still no ticket punched, right? We only got one team because chaos. Of course, Michigan goes and has to play Purdue. And Purdue did not have Drew Brees. And they
stuck with it for the first half.
I'm about to say it was 14-13 at halftime, but Michigan has been the second best third quarter team in the nation behind who? Utah, who in the third quarter blew out USC. So now you got Michigan, who's the number 2 team in the nation, coming off the curb stomping of Ohio State, wins the Big 12. But they also, against Ohio State, lost their best player, Blake Corum, who is really in the running to be a Heisman Trophy candidate at running back. But they also have Donovan Edwards, who's really, really good. So Michigan is in. Bow. So you have 2 teams. You have 2 slots. One game left with 2 slots. I ain't even talking about TCU. The TCU I ain't gonna lie to you. The TCU, I forgot to put the link, really, to tell you the truth. The TCU Kansas State game, which I won a 6-pack off Norwood for, where I said Kansas State was gonna beat TCU. TCU Kansas State game was probably one of the better games, if not the best game of championship football weekend. TCU made it all the way down to the 1 inch line, and twice got stopped at the goal line, and ended up losing the game. I will say, what's his name? Duggan. He is a warrior. Everybody has been to the point, if you play sports in high school, college, you've been to the point where you can't breathe. You've run so much that you can't breathe. He scored the game-tying 2-point conversion and told everybody, get away from me so that I can breathe. He had blood over his entire left and right arm. He gave everything he had in that game, and they lost.
This is the reason I need so much from him now. And he's already given up the L. So this is what I need. Looking at this debacle of a situation. There's only one way that this works out positively for me. And I think that on sheer chances, it's the absolute lowest chance opportunity. But that's the reason I'm so excited about it coming true. So realistically, Georgia,
I feel like it's a lot of hate about to come. It's about to be a lot of hate. But go ahead.
Georgia or Ohio State, I can't.
Who you pick? I forgot about that. Who you picking?
Nobody. I need eternal time. I wanted to go into 21 trillion quarters and everybody on the team exhaust every player, and then they just decide that Michigan versus TCU is the national championship, and I need TCU to win. That is the only way that this works out well for me. I definitely don't want to deal with another year of Reggie. Michigan, I think that's
Yeah, because if Georgia wins this year, they're actually gonna be better next year. So, but this
Michigan. We ain't
so-
got no. We done lost a quarterback for the rest of the future. Every week we lose money doing dumb, stupid, silly shit. Damn, we don't have no. I don't know who our quarterback is gonna be because they keep getting fired.
we know who it ain't gonna be. It ain't gonna be Anthony Richardson, and it ain't gonna be Kitna. So-
And no.
and the recruiting quarterback that's a 5-star that don't like black people but like black people music.
I think he like black people too much. Now it's his problem. Shouldn't have been on TikTok.
Uh,
We don't have a quarterback, Lord.
Yeah, but we're not talking about y'all right now. We're talking about college football rankings. So Georgia,
Okay.
I
No,
got
I'm not done. I'm not done. You gonna get all no. First, of
nope,
all,
Sneaky. I'm not playing the song unless he
You can
wins
go
a
to hell.
championship.
You can go to hell. But I need TCU to win for the most piece. I need Michigan to win for the second most piece. Anything that does not have the right side of this thing winning is real bad for the boy. And I just don't want to deal with that. I'm not even gonna. I'm letting.
You said you got Michigan winning. I mean, that's a safe pick. That's a safe pick.
No. I'm picking only with my heart here. TCU. Let's go Horned Frogs, Hypno Toad all the way. I'm rocking with all of that. But just in case of emergency, and TCU doesn't do it, then I definitely need Michigan to do it. Them other two teams I refuse to even discuss.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Georgia allowed 500 yards passing in the SEC championship game. 500 yards.
Oh, now y'all still got a little trick it off in there. Now that's not gone.
So, to me, the worst possible matchup of these four would be to play Ohio State. At least I thought. Because Ohio State has all of these receivers. Marvin Harrison Jr. I forgot the other dude's name. It's a cultural name that I'm not gonna butcher.
Jigba, but he's not playing.
Nope, not him. I was getting there. Is another dude. Yeah, stop.
Nope.
Shooting early, brother. You shooting early. Exactly. That's why I said it. If you think of it that way, you won't do it again. So to be fair, I don't know. But so Jackson Smith and Jigba is actually what did I do? Press too many buttons. Jackson Smith and Jigba, who is probably the best second best receiver. He was the best receiver at Ohio State until Marvin Harrison Jr. decided to let y'all know who exactly he is. But Jackson Smith and Jigba, potential top 10 pick in the NFL, is sitting out the college football playoff. I think this is a first for me, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, he's been hurt for a long time. He's been hurt since they played Notre Dame. I could kind of understand not wanting to get back out there now, especially if you don't believe you're 100%. You believe you're like 80%, I'm not getting back out there. I can't risk my future on a game that is, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's inconsequential, but I'm trying to get paid.
Yeah, I get it, but he's also injured though. Like that's really the point. He hasn't played in a long time, so that's why really he's not playing. And they're just trying to disguise it. And I understand why when I thought about it, I do understand why they did it, because if you say that he's injured and all of that, that's gonna drive his draft stock down. He's a potential top 10 pick, so you can't do that.
Absolutely. And so, it's better for you if he goes high. Wait, go back. Thank you for doing that, but yes. So do you believe this is top 14 in the country?
Yeah, based on the criteria. Yeah.
That's not what I asked you.
Yes.
You think that
Yes.
this is
Yes.
absolute-
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
I do not. I do not.
Why
I
not?
think that at best you got 2 of those right.
2? Wow. Why only 2?
I definitely think that after TCU lost to Kansas State, you got to throw them away.
Why?
They're toast.
Why?
We know that TCU is not a top 4 team in the country. I don't know why we're fooling ourselves into believing they are, but I'm willing to go along with it. Also, Ohio State, after their loss, I really don't think that they're a top 5 team either, but cool story. I don't think that Ohio State...
They lost
probably
to the
better.
number 2 team in the nation.
They were
That was their
bad.
only loss.
I think that Alabama is better than Ohio State. I think that Tennessee is better than Ohio State. I think that Utah is better than Clemson. I don't think that Kansas State is better than USC. I don't probably think that Kansas State is better than Penn State. Maybe
So
Florida State.
obviously they picked based on who they think is the best team plus their resume. The resume has to come into it. And the resume is TCU's resume is better than Alabama's. Ohio State's resume is better than Alabama's.
And let me be also very clear. Troy is not the number 23 team in the country. And University of Texas, San Antonio, Austin, whatever that is not the number 25 team in the country. Y'all can go to hell if y'all believe that.
Ooh, it's a
I give you
lot of Gainesville hate coming over there, coming out
I
this
got
computer.
about 50 teams that I can put above UTSA and Troy. And I'm talking about line them straight up. It's crazy.
So
Let's
where
put
does Florida
anything
fall in this top 25?
We're not in the top 25. We fall outside of it. That's what we fall.
No, I mean in your opinion.
We fall outside of it.
Oh, so then
Once we
where-
lost to Vanderbilt.
how far outside of it?
All right, now you don't go disrespect my team like that now.
Because you
We ain't
saying
falling
Troy
that far.
and UTSA
Oh,
don't belong
I'll
in the
tell
top
you right
25.
now, we are better than both of those teams for sure.
Are you? Are you? I mean,
Hell yeah.
y'all sweep right, sweep left, screen right, screen left.
We're better. Hey, pick the road runner and bring them outside.
What about
No
the
Anthony
green?
Richardson.
What about the green wave? Tulane, 16.
That might be. My
So you
heart says ain't no way unless Sean King is coming back and playing for Tulane that they better than Florida. But I'll let them rock. But UTSA and Troy, hell no, hell no. We
Troy
gonna draw
almost
the
beat
line
Tulane.
somewhere. No. And anytime Troy want to get on the UF schedule, sign up, my friend. We'll beat the brakes off of y'all.
This would be the time to do it. Cause y'all don't have no body. So of course
It's
through
so bad. That quarterback situation is a problem.
Who's your Heisman Trophy winner? These are your finalists: Rocksteady, Sam, CJ, and Caleb.
It's Caleb.
I agree.
Not even
This is sad Heisman though.
This is the meatiest of Heisman. Where Bijan Robinson should be getting more love than Stetson Bennett. I'm sorry.
I don't know why Bijan Robinson. He should be getting more love. It's not great.
That's not. It's mid finalist.
This is a midi Heisman Trophy winner right here, bro.
This is not. Whoever wins the Heisman Trophy, this is the one. They're not putting you in the commercials.
Why is
the only
Sneaky's,
person? The only person
not
who
showing
gets
up?
called for this commercial is Caleb Williams for sure. That's the other reason he needs to win. Because you're definitely Stetson Bennett. If you get in there, I'm gonna tell
You're gonna
you
be
right
sick.
now.
I'll play Rocksteady every day for the pop for the next year. It's to the next Heisman
Stetson
Trophy
Bennett
winner.
is not even the best player on his team. He's not.
Neither is. I don't think Sam is either. He's not. I think Caleb Williams is, and that's really it. None of the other three are the best player on their team.
Let me be very clear about this. Stetson Bennett is not in the top 5 best players on Georgia. He might lucky to be in the top 10. And I'm not. That's not a joke. I think that you probably believe that.
That I believe what?
That there are at least 5 players better than Stetson Bennett on Georgia's team.
5?
Maybe 10.
They have 11 defensive players. they start. I think everybody on the defense is better than Stetson Bennett. 5.
Reggie said 1 through 11. Everybody on defense is better than old Rocksteady.
I'll run down the roster if you want me to. I can on the starting 11. Kamari Lassiter, left corner, better. I mean, right corner is better. Keely Ringo is better. Chris Smith is better. Malachi Stark, Smile Munden, John Dumas Johnson. I'll probably take Stetson over Robert Beal, so maybe 10. But Jalen Carter, Zion Logue, like I keep going because they also swap in
Brock
people too.
Bowers.
I said defense. I was going down to defense. That's just the starting 11. Every one of them you can say is better than him.
So bad. This is so bad. I don't know, man. Next, I honestly don't even. I don't even. Think
So you're not
this is
picking one?
next.
I think I agree with you. I think it's
Oh
Caleb.
no. I mean, Caleb. But you could just not have one this year, and I think everybody would be fine. I think that these guys would be fine. Like I don't even really want to win this. This ain't really of any value.
So here's your New Year's sixth slate. You got Tennessee versus Clemson, Alabama versus
Let's go
Kansas State.
Tennessee.
Well, you're about to get your wish. Do you think? Because we're gonna see if Alabama and Kansas State.
Hey, Nick, you better stomp a mother. Boy, you better stomp a mud hole in them. You better beat them by 50. You better take them out there and beat them so bad they don't know the difference between Manhattan, New York, and Manhattan, Kansas. That's what I'm gonna tell you. You better do.
This game is intriguing. The Rose Bowl, Penn State versus Utah.
Oh,
But I'm gonna
First
tell
of
you
all,
what game is not intriguing. USC
Cotton
is about
Bowl.
to beat Tulane by 1,000.
smoking on that wave pack, boy. They finna destroy them. And yeah, let's go Utah.
Somebody said UF gonna run the wing T.
Who said that? Sorry.
AJ.
AJ. And see, you know what's messed up? I'm the only person who picked a little sorry team in the first place. I was the only person who was supporting USC. Everybody, Reggie picked Miami, and I was like, "Oh nah, I'm rocking with USC." And then here you go, gonna take a shot. Add to Brute. That's sick. That's fine. That is more than fine though, because your quarterback gonna be gone soon. He's gonna be Atlanta Falcon too.
So I put this here because I just wanted to scroll. This is all today, and you're only seeing 2 columns. Oh, Sneaky said that. You're only seeing 2 columns.
My bad.
The transfer portal in one day had 500 players enter in one day.
This is the first day of free agency. Stop calling it a transfer portal.
500.
Any of them going to Florida? Anybody good going to Florida?
They might. I mean, shoot. Look at all of this. You have Trey look at all of these people. But y'all lost people too. And y'all got to, and I don't know, because they got to compete with Dion.
You
slid that on in there. Pause.
Yes. Number one, that was an excellent callback. Number two, pause. Number three, damn. First of all, Jimbo to spend all that money, and they
this is why I brought this up.
They
Virginia
get
Tech,
owned.
all their players are leaving. Texas A&M spent all that money to have the number 1 class,
No,
and they
you
all
see what
out
that
of here.
say? That say Texas ATM. Boy, spent all that money and it's gone. Dabo, hey, we can hear it. We can show here at the end of your reign. Coming to an end. Lane, I think that a lot of players thought he was leaving, and I think they kind of
I think they still think he's gonna leave. They think he's still
Yeah.
gonna leave.
And I
In Washington State, we don't care.
nope.
Whatever. But the fact of the
Took your
matter
ass up there in
is
the first place.
that Clemson and Texas A&M, we knew DJ Uiagalelei was gonna leave. We knew he was out of there. He got pulled in the bowl game after the first series. He got pulled. It's not in the bowl game, in the ACC championship game.
And Hampton got you one. Get your DJ ukulele.
DJ is going to the Pac-12. He's going to play at Arizona. And he's from Hawaii, ain't he? Or Southern California, one of them two. He's going to play at Arizona State. He can't go to the SEC. He can't do nothing. He need to go to the Big 12. That's where he need to go.
You for sure can't get in the SEC.
Go to
TCU. Go play for
TCU.
the Fighting Rainbows.
Hawaii.
Yeah, I'll take my ass home.
My man called him DJ Ugly. Wow.
DJ Ugly is a terrible nickname, and you know people have been calling him that. Jesus. Oh, DJ Ugly. Nope, don't call me that no more. I'm punching your face.
But, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the NCAA football segment. We're going to take...
Oh, wait. I thought you said we had come to the end of Dion's time with HBCUs. My apologies.
Yeah, we came to the end. We saw that coming. Pause. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, give us about 1 or 2 minutes. We'll be right back for the NFL portion. Then we'll get into our basketball segment. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, rate, and review us. Like I said, our HBCU segment went a lot longer than we thought it was because there's a lot more bullshit.
Exactly. This was we.
Yeah, get it right. I'm about to say get it right now because
nope, I walked myself right on out of that, my friend.
Hey yo, but y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. How I get here? Football transition.
Hey, whoa, hey, yeah. I'm making a change today. The liquor been taking the pain away. I heard you was giving your chain away. That's kind of like giving your fame away. What's wrong with you? I sit in a box where the owners do. A boss is a role that I've grown into. I love you to death, but I told you the truth. I can't just be with you and only you. Yeah, I got one Virgil, got one in that day, it's the only two, man. How many times have I shown and proved, man? How many nights I've been woke, swerving the potholes, not trying to fuck up the wheels on the road, okay? Funny how life goes, he thought he was sick, now we wiping his nose, okay? Soon as you give him your soul, you blow up and they say you're selling your soul, okay? They want my life exposed, they wanna know about the highs and lows. Well, summer all I did was rest, okay? And New Year's all I did was stretch, okay? And Valentine's Day I had sex, okay? We'll see what's about to happen next, okay? Okay, okay, we'll see what's about to happen next, okay? Okay, okay, we'll see what's about to happen. Hey, hey, we'll see what's about to happen. Hey, we'll see what's about to happen. I'm making a change today. The liquor been taking the pain away. I heard you was giving your chain away. That's kind of like giving your fame away. What's wrong with you? I sit in a box where the owners do. A boss is a role that I've grown into. I love you to death, but I told you the truth. Hey, yeah, I got one lawyer, got one in that day, it's the only two, man. How many times have I told you the truth, man? How many nights I've been woke, swerving them potholes, not trying to fuck up the wheels or fuck up the deals. I'm posted in Stockholm, it's me, the Owls, and the Twins, it's only the real. I'm moving way too humble, Weezy and handed it off, I still got no fumbles. I'm on a hot one, this one ain't come with a bundle. I'm in the win, $1 million in chocolate chips, and that's just how my cookie crumbles.
You all right there, brother?
Barely sneezing at the most inopportune times. Kind of like leaving HBCUs, but
leaving the HBCUs, you know, right when you know, right when you about to deliver on all your promises. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the football segment of the Around the League edition of episode 80 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. We're gonna jump right into the NFL, man. It was a lot going on in the NFL this weekend. Very interesting how the NFL played this whole weekend and how it panned out. I will ask the question because I am not sure. Do the NFL schedules come out after free agency in the signing period?
I don't know the answer to that.
So let's start with the NFC South. Here go Kev with the Eagles. Yep. I mean, they won. So we're going to start with the NFC South.
We know the real deal.
Hey, the Panthers were off, and they still won. They got rid of Baker Mayfield, who Norwood caped for on multiple occasions on this podcast. Baker Mayfield is expected to be released. Where does Baker Mayfield land?
Okay, first of all, since you tried to take a little shot at me,
I just stated the facts.
Yes. The reason that he got fired is not that he actually got fired at all. This is a mutual dissolution. I think
The second
he
one,
sees,
right? That's the second one now.
Yeah. I mean, look at both of these teams. They have and need some more mutual and dissolutioning. Yes, I made up a word and I'm fine with it. But
not the first time.
It won't be the last. No, the thing is, he's looking at Baltimore and a hurt Lamar Jackson. And I think that he's seeing San Francisco with a hurt Jimmy G and Trey Lance as two opportunities for him to play. So, yes, get me out of this Panthers debacle.
My man said, what was that, Christopher? They call it you.
I know your whole name, too, Kevin. But, yeah, I think the Baker is like, hey, if y'all are not going to play me, let me go. There are other teams that need quarterbacks. I think that he's going to he'll get another shot to be on another team. I'm not sure if he'll be the starter when he gets there. But, I mean, what if he gets to the 49ers? You know that Shanahan going to make you look good. You don't have to do a whole lot.
I think
Baker can do as much as what Jimmy G could do.
And that got Jimmy G out of there. Like, Jimmy G wasn't supposed to be the quarterback.
Oh, it depends on who you ask. I said, hey, Jimmy G, just have a seat. Things are going to work out. 24
Well, I don't think going to the 49ers, I don't see that happening because they would be in the same position as when they had Jimmy G. Like, in terms of off the field stuff. Because if Baker Mayfield goes out there and just does not turn the ball over, then he's going to be like, well, I mean, we won the Super Bowl with me. And it's like, but you're not really, ain't really no point.
You. Still you, bro.
Yep. Of course, in the NFC South right now, we're looking at the Saints absolutely demolish and beat up the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
This is what we need. We need this. This is good for us.
And
we didn't need
Marcus Mariota still sucks for the Falcons.
Man. I've only been telling y'all this for so long.
Everybody's been you can't take credit for Marcus Mariota being terrible. Everybody has said Marcus Mariota is terrible. Everybody said it.
First guy
no, you weren't.
To say, I'm off the Mariota train.
Nobody was on the Mariota train. You were on the train by yourself. If you want to say I'm off the Mariota train, nobody was on that train. Who was on the Mariota train? Ain't nobody been on that train since Oregon.
Jeez, Reggie.
Cause you trying to take credit for nothing.
There are a lot of people out there. I know because I've talked to multiple Falcons fans who love They don't love Marcus Mariota.
Name them. Name them. Who loves? Name them. No, because I feel like this BS. Name one Falcons fan that you know that loves Marcus Mariota.
I'm gonna tell you what he said. He said Marcus Mariota is better than Matt Ryan. I've heard that from multiple people.
He's not a Falcons fan. He is a Ravens troll.
No, it's somebody else.
Who? Name him.
You can't do it.
Yes, you can.
It's so bad. It's so bad that I won't do it.
Type it in the chat and type it in the Zoom chat and let me. So I'll say it.
No, and I was just about to do it so you could know who it was. I will tell you as soon as the segment is over.
Well, I'm going to make a reel, and I'm going to add my video to this reel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, whoever says that Marcus Mariota is Matt Ryan, you are on bath salts. You are on.
That's funny because that's where he lives, right?
I know who you're talking about. I know the number. I know the number.
The basin of the bath salts.
I know the number. I know who you're talking about, and I just told you who it was too. So, and he's tripping. So. I said 7. I tell you tripping.
Oh man, yes, he said that multiple times. We care about you as a person here on the Splashcast. We don't want to ruin you when you have these terrible sports takes. But yes, I don't know what's happening with Marcus Mariota. Maybe he's a stopgap for Ritter. Maybe Arthur Smith has a master plan and he's yet to tell us. Whatever it is, find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
NFC North. Whole lot of chapped ass up there too. You got Aaron Rodgers, who still owns Chicago.
Chicago, y'all.
But
See, that's the issue. You got
Aaron
all these
Rodgers
young
was
kids.
still frustrated with Matt LaFleur because that game was awful to watch. That was like watching 1954 football.
Yep.
And you just had
It
the
for
black
sure
kid.
was.
You finally let a black athlete play, and he's faster than everybody else. And then they just said, okay, we're just going to body slam you out of bounds. That's what they did to Justin Fields.
Pretty much. So it probably fell off by now. But yes, this is number one, Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers. This is stupid. This is stupid from day one. Now it's just kind of embarrassing. But
Well, you knew this was
Chicago-
going to happen, though, because Matt LaFleur was instrumental in drafting Jordan Love. So that relationship was fractured from the get-go. I believe that was his first draft pick, if I'm not mistaken.
But number one, NFC North is trash. Number two, they do. Aaron, as much as you don't like Joe
Throw Rogan?
Throw Rogan. Boy, I couldn't get that. I was hurt. He owns them. They can't do it. He is their eternal big brother. Just, I'm going to beat you every day. There's never going to be a day where you'll beat me in your life.
I don't know how. It sucks because they're not close to beating him either. Like, he is on the worst team of his career, and he had to beat them with a broke thumb, a bad ankle, no receivers, or one receiver, and Aaron Jones got hurt, and they still beat the Bears.
That is when you just kick the console and be done. I quit, bro. I'm done. It's nothing I can do that allows me to win this game.
Well, they won 28-19. So, what else happened in the NFC? Oh man, come back. What else happened in the NFC North? Before we leave this, if you're the Packers and you're eliminated, do you let Jordan Love play? Because when Aaron Rodgers got hurt and hurt his thumb again, Jordan Love looked like he was pretty good. I mean, the ball was popping off his hand.
My question is, why does Aaron Rodgers want to play at that point?
Money. You gotta ask Dion. Must be the money.
We will still pay you, but it even if we want you to be the quarterback next year, it serves you no purpose this year. Just get better. Either way, you're not playing. If you're in the future or you're not in the future, either way, you're toast. Go ahead and give me a helmet.
If you play Jordan Love and he does well, you're also now starting a quarterback controversy, and you're literally replaying. How old is Aaron Rodgers? 37, 38. You're literally replaying 18 years, 2004, when they drafted Aaron Rodgers with Brett Favre, and Brett Favre said, I'm not here to be a mentor. He's doing the same thing to Jordan Love, and Jordan Love looked like he's about to do the same thing to him and take his job. And the thing is, they got a really young team on defense, and they got a young offensive team too.
And it depends on how you look at that. If you can guarantee me that Jordan Love will be Aaron Rodgers, well, we'll fight. We'll fight it till we get it out, till he gets out of here. If you're telling me that's the spade I'm about to pull right there, is that one?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is the team is going to be better next year. I'm assuming if they stick with the pieces they got. They got a lot of rookies, a lot of second, you can be worse. Seen the Jaguars? Like you can be, you can. The team is going to elevate. The defense is going to be amazing. When they get Rashawn Gary back next year, they're going to be a problem. And they get healthy. And if Jordan Love looks good, now you've got a quarterback controversy. So we'll see. I don't see how it goes. He says he's open to it, but I don't believe anything Aaron Rodgers says when it comes to that.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers, do you really want to be here? It don't look like he wants to be there. That's the other part about it.
No, I ain't got no sympathy for that because you signed that massive contract and ran away your best receiver. So,
I mean, I don't think he wants to be there.
he probably doesn't. But
I don't think
that's what he get. NFC East went from the NFC Beast to the NFC Beast again. As you can see, AJ Brown.
So bad.
AJ Brown and the
So bad.
AJ Brown and the Eagles beat the hell out of the Titans in a revenge game for him. And he basically said, I had to give you a whipping, but I still love you. Talking about the Titans. There's a quote on here. There's something that says, AJ Brown is a top 3 receiver in the NFL right now. I don't think so. But I think he's top 5, maybe top 10.
Tyreek.
He's not top 3.
Chase. What's the other boy? Jefferson.
Devontae.
Devontae.
Debo.
And I'm missing. No.
You think AJ Brown's better than Debo? Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp's injured. Can't talk about him.
If he wasn't injured, you wouldn't put him ahead of AJ Brown. Because I know you.
It's one other receiver that I'm missing. That's a good set. That's a damn good 7 though. Yeah. That's his. Did I put Diggs on that list?
Diggs. Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is like number 1 or 2. Then you got to put in the LSU boys. Then you got to put in LSU boys.
Good receivers in the NFL right now.
Well, it's a receivers league. It's like a shooters league in NBA. It's the same thing. It's a receiver. It's an offensive league. You can literally on offense be running the ball and grab the defensive player's face mask and not get caught. There's an offensive league. So AJ Brown gave them a problem. Then
he gave the general manager a problem for letting him go. You are an idiot. And it's nothing worse than the guy who you let go just destroy you. And you know he's going to do it because he's pissed.
Yep.
Congratulations,
He had
Tennessee.
119 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Tennessee wasted everything good they had about themselves.
Yep.
Waste up Derrick Henry time. You traded away AJ Brown. I don't know why I was ready to call him AJ Griffin. You just kind of played yourself, Tennessee. And that's what it's like to really slow play.
And then you tried to draft his replacement, who's not bad. Traylon Burks, and now that he's safe, is healthy, looks like he's going to be a decent receiver in the NFL.
But he ain't him.
But he ain't AJ Brown yet. He may be in the future. You don't know because he's a rookie, but he ain't AJ Brown now, but he's also cheaper because they didn't want to pay him. And the Eagles did.
You should have paid him.
Speaking of a waste of time, 4 hours to come to nil of a tie. The Washington Commanders and the Giants. And it's funny because we were trying to pick this game and we could not pick who won. I think we both picked New York because they were the home team. And I was like, man, I don't really know who to pick in this game. 7-4 and 7-5. Like, both of them are overachieving. And what happened? You got a tie.
I want to apologize for anybody who wasted their time going to this game and or watching this game.
Boy, he sat out in the cold for a tie.
This is not an effective usage of anything good to do. You could have done almost anything and it would have been more valuable and probably been more entertaining than this. I hate both of these teams. And it's not that I actually hate them like because they're our competition, but they're just really poorly ran teams. And they really mostly don't amount to much. So for me, no, this is all bad. Damn, Tom Brady, they are tearing your ass.
Beating that ass, boy. The NFC West, why Tom Brady look like he's part of Ocean's 11 and the old niggas that rob banks with George Clooney.
Yo, you really hate Tom Brady to say that, and I can see that. His goofy ass definitely gonna be in the next one. But this is
NFC West, man. You know there was some smoke going on with Kyler Murray and Patrick Peterson.
Oklahoma
We did get a
boys.
chance. Patrick Peterson
Oklahoma
went to
boys.
LSU. Oh, Kyler Murray.
No, Kyler Murray and Trey Young. The
Short
dynamic
guys with
duo of
attitude.
Dysfunction and destruction.
So Kyler Murray and Patrick Peterson don't like each other, obviously. Kyler Murray. Now I do agree with Kyler Murray saying you said you felt like this as a big bro or mentor. Why would you not just call me instead of going on a podcast and then trying to bash me in the podcast? I agree with that. But
he clearly does not respect you as his little bro or mentee. How about that?
yeah, he doesn't. He
That's
doesn't
the
at
message.
all. No, Sneaky. We're gonna get to them talking about the AFC South. We're not gonna talk about the NFC East yet.
But for sure, I have always told you that Kyler Murray has been a selfish football player, and he wasn't worth the money paid. Well, I guess everybody's starting to figure that out now. I'm glad you guys are finally getting on the same page as me. Better late than never.
Okay. Matt Stafford and the Rams their season seems to be out of here. Matt Stafford has been put on season-ending injured reserve. Well, not season-ending. He can come back week 17. But I'm pretty much going to say after this game right here where Geno Smith went 28 of 39. Not with these numbers. Geno Smith went 28 of 39, 367 yards and 3 touchdowns. I don't think Russell Wilson even scored a touchdown. They even scored a touchdown. DK Metcalf went crazy. 8 catches, 127. Tyler Lockett, 9 catches, 128. And they beat the Rams in 27-23 and have still stayed within striking distance of the division lead.
So much disrespect for Russ. Damn.
You brought this on yourself, brother. You brought this on yourself.
And the Rams, boy, how the mighty have fallen.
Boy, I bet you they wish they had them picks now. 3-9.
Right out of my mouth, boy. Yeah, you said fuck them picks.
Fuck them picks. Them picks by them back. Woo!
Picks about to be real good.
Who did they go get?
Good.
I forgot. Oh, the Detroit got him, don't they? Detroit.
Detroit gonna have to watch the first and second pick because they still sorry as hell too. Oh my god, boy, y'all are some fools.
They got I think Cleveland got some of them too, right? With Odell Beckham.
And how many more years are you rocking with Matt Stafford?
To the end of this contract, they just gave him an extension, didn't they?
And how many more years are you rocking with Matt Stafford?
We know that the NFL and the NBA is not like Major League Baseball. Major League get you out of there.
Cut bait.
And then, of course, this is why I said Jimmy G's not. I mean, what's his name is not going to the 49ers, Baker Mayfield, because Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy becomes the first Mr. Irrelevant ever to throw a touchdown pass in an NFL regular season game. And they beat the Dolphins 33-17. The Tyreek Hill.
Now I'm hot. They all own me.
Jimmy G ended up hurting his ankle. He's out broke his foot. Out for the year. So you got broken ankle, broken foot, and Brock Purdy came in and put 33 points on the board.
That's the reason you still got to sign Baker.
Just as a backup. They ain't got no more. They ain't got no more quarterbacks.
That next guy is the emergency guy. Your emergency guy is always an offensive guy who plays a whole different position.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you need him. And I would say damn near the same thing for Baltimore. Especially, Huntley, as much as he's a mobile guy. He moves. At any point, he could get hit, and then what you going to do?
Yeah, we didn't get to the AFC North yet. But AFC South, the fighting Jeff Saturdays. Jeff had a rough little yeah, you're right. The emergency QB is probably Christian McCaffrey out there in San Francisco. Him and
you
Debo.
Can't do that. Cost too
yes,
much
you
money.
can
Cost
with
too much
Debo.
money.
You can, but you got him and Debo and Kittle.
No,
I put Kittle back there. But anyway,
Thank
the
you.
Fighting Jeff
Prove my point.
Saturdays. The Fighting Jeff Saturdays had a really, really, really rough week. Thanksgiving, they played the Lions. And no, not the Lions. They didn't play the Lions. This was I think this was Monday Night Football. I'm sorry. The Monday Night Football game where they lost the game because he did not call any timeouts at the end of the game, and they ended up losing the game last Monday Night Football. So then he endured all of that criticism because, of course, he shouldn't have had the job, but he had somebody that was able to afford him an opportunity that he no longer could get without that help. And I wonder if we would be mad at Jeff Saturday if he then left here and went to a worse situation to be the head coach. But, we know somebody else
gonna
did
hire
that.
him. You have to be buddies with the owner to get this job. And no, I don't. Especially after the backlash that's come with this hire, I don't think that anybody else is interested in this hire at this very moment.
Well, you know why they're not interested in this hire, and I'm gonna go ahead and say T's and P's and thoughts and prayers. T's and P's, thoughts and prayers, and it's about that time to retire. Matty Ice, 54-13. So the Saturdays, the Fighting Jeff Saturdays went out there and lost because of bad clock management, and then they came back exactly 7 days later and got absolutely boat raced in the third and fourth quarter. The game was not out of hand at all. I think it was 21-19, 26 points. They scored 26 points. So that's 27. So it's 27-19. And then Matt Ryan proceeds to throw all of the interceptions back to back to back. Interceptions, fumbles, not from him. The offensive line, the Colts offensive line may be the most disappointing unit in the league because they were supposed to be really, really good, and they got Matt Ryan. They were getting him killed. Like Dan Quinn, interception. Oh my God, Buccaneers suck.
So my thing with this is nobody got Matt Ryan to be the guy to carry this team. I don't know why everybody's not understanding that. Matt Ryan was supposed to be a complement to a very strong defense and a very strong running game led by Jonathan Taylor in this offensive line. Matt Ryan was just supposed to guide them into some level of success. It's definitely not an interception either. But, yeah, you're asking too much of Matt Ryan.
Think so?
Absolutely. Without it, he shouldn't be chucking the ball 37 times a game. No.
They had Jonathan Taylor and they couldn't run the ball.
Yes. You want to know why I know that Jonathan Taylor hasn't been good all season? Because he's on my fantasy team.
Shai Gilgeous
First pick,
had 37, 5 and 8. Go ahead.
First pick of the entire draft, Jonathan Taylor. No production all season. But Matt Ryan's going to be the guy who gets blamed. That's the reason when quarterbacks say I do what I want to, I understand.
Well, Matt Ryan needs to retire because some of them passes also, he was just getting intercepted in everything.
He needs, if you're going to play on this team, then you should go home.
It's the end of you for number for number 2. That is it. No, you got to you coming back to Atlanta.
No, come on back, do the one-day contract, retire a Falcon. We will forget about it. This is like Jordan with the Wizards as far as we're concerned. Do not think that I'm comparing Matt Ryan to Michael Jordan. I don't want to hear people ask me stupid questions later.
So I'm gonna let you know right now, nobody cares about the Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders playing each other. So you can go ahead and throw those two AFC West teams out. Nobody cares. I don't even know who the other AFC West team is. The Chiefs and who? That'd be one more. Denver, Russell Wilson scored 3 points. Or 9 points. 3 points. They lost 9-3. So we're not going to talk about them either. $236 million, 9 points. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Bengals played a hell of a game for the third straight game. For the third straight game, Patrick Mahomes has lost to the Joe Burrow-led Bengals in the last minute.
Question. All right, so it's 3 of them right now. Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. Who's Peyton? Who's Tom? Who's Drew Brees?
Peyton, Tom, and Drew Brees. So you wouldn't throw Justin Herbert in there either? Peyton, Tom, Drew Brees. Peyton.
And 3 is easier than 4. Unless you Herbert is
Peyton,
definitely Matt
Tom,
Ryan.
Drew Brees, Peyton.
You Matt Ryan or Eli, whatever.
And
guy
who'd you say?
went with at the
Well,
end.
Joe Burrow is probably going to be
Peyton.
Peyton. I think he has more of a. Yeah, I mean, what are you talking about? Just style wise, or who's who? Like, who's gonna win one ring? Who's gonna win?
Mahomes is definitely Tom Brady right now at the pace he going. Yeah, I can see that. Joe Burrow's being very consistent, but maybe only getting 1 championship.
So you're saying Josh Allen is Drew Brees? Absolutely not. Can't be saying that. I think Josh Allen is Peyton. I think right now Joe Burrow is Drew Brees and Peyton.
I don't hate that either.
And
Mahomes
is Brady. Right now, if you had to say that, I think Josh Allen and Mahomes are gonna battle. But I mean, if you take away stats and you just look at the 3 quarterbacks, you got to say Joe Burrow is Brady right now because he's beating Patrick Mahomes over and over and over again. Yeah, 1.
Okay, right.
And then you got
But
Joe
also-
Burrow, who's beaten the last 3 years, the last 3 times they played, and Josh Allen is probably more of your Drew Brees. Like, he's gonna put up all the numbers and get all the hype, but until you win,
But I'm
something.
happy that we don't have like the guys like I guess we got those too, but I guess the divide is bigger between you're either good or you're clearly not good. Who are the guys who? Oh, I forgot about Lamar. Damn. Yeah,
Lamar's
yeah.
Randall Cunningham.
I think that when you look at quarterbacks, either you're good or you're not good. I don't know of many guys in the middle.
Burrow is Tom, Allen is Brees. Mahomes has the most unique skill. Burrow is Tom, above average specs, but he wins. Allen is white privilege Cam.
I don't hate that answer. I definitely say
I mean, I don't. I mean, that's what I said. I said Burrow is Tom.
White privilege Cam is hilarious.
So, you had that game. It was awesome to watch. They definitely are going to meet in the playoffs. And then you had, of course, elsewhere in the AFC North, Baltimore is in trouble, but Cleveland had the Perv Bowl down there in Houston. The Massage Envy Bowl is what we're calling this, between Houston and Deshaun Watson. And this is why I asked you earlier, do the schedules come out after free agency? I feel like the schedules are released like in either in the spring or early summer.
Yeah. This time was just so bad. This is the worst thing that you could.
So that was my question. Do you think that they did this on purpose? Like, because there's so many other good games that are on. You had San Francisco versus Miami. You had all these other games that you never even paid attention. Nobody paid attention to this game. Nobody really talked about it, even though they said his accusers were going to attend the game, which is wild.
Yeah, that's terrible for like the accuser. Like, I mean, it's bad. I wouldn't. Yeah, like who's the coordinator? Like, how do you feel as the coordinator? Oh yeah, I'll get all you guys tickets to be together. Like, nah, that's nasty. I would want no parts of that.
You know what, Sneaky? You're right. The suspension came out after the schedule. So they gave him the suspension and let him come back to play against the Texans. That
no matter
NFL
what.
is petty. Oh, they wanted one last Sneaky. Sneaky said they wanted one last rub in Houston. Lord Jesus. We didn't say that. We didn't say that at all.
Yeah, when we said Monday Night Raw, that's not exactly what we meant.
Wow.
And
So
I
you
think
just
that's
gonna
I think that's a good place to end. Cut.
you're just gonna step right past the rest of the line, huh? You're just gonna blur the line up. But with that being said, man, we're not talking about the AFC East. We already talked about the 49ers beating the Dolphins. The Jets, Mike White and the Jets. I think they ended up. Didn't they win? Jets. Nope, they lost to the Vikings. But the Jets are legit now. The Jets are legit. The Vikings are good.
The Jets are legit.
The Jets are legit. But with that being said, we come to the end of the football segment. We are now going to go to our basketball segment. We'll be right back. Give us about 2 minutes. Appreciate y'all. Remember to like, subscribe, rate, and review us. Talk to y'all soon.
If you listen to me closely, I can lace you. But don't get to talking too much, that's what feds do. It's war outside, so I had to throw on the lead proof. What's the odds one of these busters get a headshot? I seen a Ruger and a Glock make a bedrock. I hit the burner and the money in the best spot. I'm finna blow these niggas worried they'll get left out. I needed dough, I thought a safe could be the best route. Bitches trying to rape the kid when I was fresh out. I used to game the bitch, but she just throw the neck now. I threw the hoe in doggy, she said it's the best style. Smith & Wesson hollow points, cause them the best rounds. When my niggas hop out tripping, it's a man down. When I hear bitches say it's Rimble, it's the best sound. Stink team, dumbass, go ahead and hate now. I seen him at me 8 times and he got 8 rounds. Bake a cake for him, hit him with a fake smile. He in the lake swimming somewhere with his face down. Do these niggas in since they wanna stay out. My niggas in the pen wishing they could break out. I watched a nigga catch a body his first day out. I puppet master situations, watch him play out. All that money he was flexing in my pocket. Nigga stop it, nigga riding with my rocket. I don't think you wanna pop it to him. Got a blower and some ops, but he don't never pop it at him. Grab the poke, I'm finna stab him. Blitz him, now let's play some Madden. New additions to them boys, now let's make subtractions. I'm not really like them other boys because I'm never lacking. I'll pull out them choppers on them boys, I never ride without it. With the static, really pull up tripping, holding automatics. It's Rimble walking down the street with heat, he finna pop it. If you pop it, leave you in the street, leaking on the concrete. If it's real, murder down and go and catch a body. I've been traumatized ever since I went and caught a nah. Laced up my bellies, grab my glizzy, then hit Cinnabon. Seen a buster up in Target and I made him give it up. These niggas say they sending shots, but they ain't really sending nothing. Niggas call me Cuzzo every day and we ain't even cousins. Bitch tell me she love me every day and we ain't even fucking. A lot of niggas calling me big bro, but they don't know my mother. Pull up with that look up on my face and make a nigga stutter like no other. Really in them functions, stripping every buster. EA Sports is in the game, but I ain't playing, nigga. This for all them niggas that was snitching, always playing victim. When I see you out in traffic, I ain't playing with you. I feel myself outside my body when I sprayed the pistol. Rimble.
Little nigga, you ain't built like me. I don't call her at all, but she still like me. Making a movie, they don't film like me. They don't start from the bottom, try to build like me. You got a man, but he don't feel like me. He don't roll you one up and let you chill like me. Wear Gucci loafers, I don't feel Nikes. You shouldn't fuck with them unless them hunters peel like these. Like these, like these. Rims moving like skates, say they feel like skis. Like these. Take you out on the ocean, feel a real slight breeze. Invite you over, but don't steal my keys. Keep up in this to us up, baby, don't spill my tea. Them other niggas, they don't live like me. I always said I was the realest, and I still might be. Put on a rollie just to chill my sleeve. I ride around with the baddest to fulfill my needs. My needs, my needs. Tell me she down to do anything that I need. I try to whip, I let her roll my weed. No seeds, baby, don't get no ashes on no seeds. Slow speed for police. I'm not.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our basketball segment of episode 80 of the Splashcast, the Around the League edition. We're going to keep it going. Where do we start? Let's start here. You can only start with one team. Really two teams in the NBA. The two most historical franchises right now have seemed to found their footing. Well, Boston never really lost their footing. They made it to the finals last year, and they are the best team in the league by far right now. But there's one team out in L.A. that has been waiting for this man to show up. Anthony Davis has been playing out of his mind the last 5 to 8 games. The Lakers are on a winning streak. I think they're last time I looked, they were either 8-3, 8-2, or 9-3 in their last 12 games after starting off awfully. AD is having a better statistical year than Giannis did when he won his first MVP.
How many games has he missed?
This year, AD?
Yep.
Oh, I don't know. Not. I mean, I don't know.
My thing is, if he could do this consistently, then you can have him in the conversation. But it's never been about his skill with AD. It's been about some of his toughness for sure, but not his skill. I think that I don't think that anybody trusts him to play the whole season.
Well, as of right now, AD is, boy, I know the Buccaneers about to not come back and win this game in the fourth quarter again.
You see what I'm looking at, boy.
AD 55-17. He is dominating players. He's dunking on people. He's been blocking shots. I think he's averaging almost 2 blocks a game. He's playing out of his mind right now. And the Lakers, for the most part, if I'm not mistaken, let me go to the West. Nah, they're still down there. They 10-12. But they are 8-2 in their last 10 games with that. Woo! They're 8-2 and they were 2-10. The Lakers started off the season 2-10, and they are 10-12 now. They say he's played in all the games so far. He's played in all 20 games. So there's your answer.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that LA and the Nets have kind of made to give everybody a head start. They're right back in it, and
well, the Lakers
specifically
are not.
in the.
Well, no, because the West, there's no difference between. What is it?
Yeah,
4
they're
and
only. Yeah, they're only
games
6 games back. 5 games back. They're just all right there together. If you want 8-2, you could get there. They could easily pass a lot of these teams in the next month if they continue to play good basketball.
The Lakers, they'll pass OKC,
like
Minnesota, and Dallas. Utah look like they have really fallen back to earth, as the Hawks have too, as well. So the Lakers, it's really been the big. Lonnie Walker has played really, really well for them.
Yep.
He's kind of taken the point scoring duties from Russell Westbrook in terms of where you get your points from. But Russell Westbrook, for example, last game had like 15 assists. And he was just playing a 2-man game with AD the whole game. In other words, news,
it's a good 2-man to play too.
Yeah, because I mean, you can't stop both of them from getting to the rim. You can't do it.
Nope.
LeBron James has passed Magic Johnson for 6th on the NBA's all-time assist list by recording his 10,142nd dime in Friday's 133-129 victory at Milwaukee. Full Milwaukee too. I believe Chris Middleton came back, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So
really did. I mean, it's an excellent milestone. It's especially for a guy at his height and his weight to do
he's
this.
Doing what Magic's doing. I think they're trying to keep you're gonna hear about a lot of LeBron records this whole year. He's about to break a whole lot of stuff. He's probably gonna shoot up this assist record. I don't know if anybody will catch John Stockton, but he's gonna shoot up a lot of the records. So man, LeBron, a lot of people say he's the greatest. It's hard to argue against it. I can, but it's hard to argue against it. He's gonna be the greatest statistical player of all time by the time it's said and done.
That's a shot if I ever heard one.
Not meant to be, but it's the truth though.
Boy, you don't get Reggie out here shooting. Oh my God, that's a bad dream. 34, 10, and 4, 20, and 29 and 11 out of Tatum and Brown.
Right now, this is the best duo. Right now, this is the best duo in the league. There's not a duo better than these two, and this is the best team in the league. I think they just cheated New Orleans. And this is the best team in the league.
This is so frustrating because we could have, at one point, when I was talking about trade Jaylen Brown for Trae Young, people said I was crazy. now you couldn't even get that out of.
It was crazy because it's never gonna happen. Like you keep saying all of these NBA 2K trades, and it's just not gonna happen. That was never gonna happen.
Who do you think is better?
That's not the question. You keep saying when I'm right because I said that we need to trade. You keep saying all of these trades. That's never ever gonna happen.
Which player is better, Reggie? Jaylen Brown or Trae Young? You got
right now. It's got probably Jaylen right now. Right now he's 34, 10, and 4 blocks. We ain't talking about assists. Y'all thought this was assists. This is blocks.
I missed that. I missed the hell out of that.
He playing hell out of defense, but as Sneaky and Kev said, the whole team is shooting career highs from threes. Literally the whole team. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, what's the big light skinned dude? From Tennessee? Grant Williams, Malcolm Brogdon, Marcus Smart, and then they got Peyton Pritchard who could always shoot, and then they added another shooter.
Sam Hauser.
All of those guys are they really
Tom
about to win
Brady
this game. They about to win this
Tom
game.
Brady, these people.
Tom Brady is about to. They have been getting destroyed by the Saints all game, and they about to come down and win this game. But so right now,
somebody else have strife like us, boy.
Yep, pain and strife. I told y'all what I wished upon them, and here goes Julio playing out of his mind.
Ain't good in so long.
Right now, Boston has to be the favorite, and I don't think it's really even close. What are they, 19-9? I think they're 19-9. I'm sorry, that's disrespectful. They are 20-5. They are 20-5. They've won 8 of their last 10. They're averaging 121 points a game. 121.
I don't understand how a healthy Hawks team is not competitive with this team, though.
They have their plus minus differential is 8 points a game. That's the highest in the league.
Ime Udoka who?
Oh, well, I mean, look like they got his little brother. He looked just like him.
Oh my God. Tom Brady, man. How? Every time.
Well, damn, you're ahead of me.
Ooh. Wow.
Ain't no way he made that throw. He made that throw? Tom Brady is amazing. I hate him, but he's amazing.
Keep on watching.
I saw it. Oh, they took it back. There's a penalty.
That's a perfect throw. Drop it
Was
back.
it a penalty? It was a penalty. Illegal shift? Wow. Anyway, so Boston is the best team in the league right now by far. This is since we're talking about teams in the league, I want to go to a team and somebody that you said, well, we're not to get to that point yet. Herb Jones held Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, to 2 of 9 with 3 turnovers. Why is that important? Because Shai just gave us 35, 8, and 5 while moonwalking down the court against the Hawks.
Herb is good.
Not only is Herb good, Zion is averaging for this team 24 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and a block, and only 2 turnovers a game. Zion looks to have proven you wrong.
How many games has he played? He definitely ain't played all the games.
He played 18.
Out of how many games?
They couldn't have played
out of 25.
Yeah, 18. 18 out of 25. They are 15 and 8.
I think that 18 out of 25. That's about what I think he's gonna play. I don't think that's good.
Why not?
That means that he missed 20. That means he missed 7 out of 18. I mean, 7 out of 25 games.
So if he plays, so that's 28 games. So he plays 3/4 of a season. I mean, that's sound like load management to me. If he give you 23 and 8, 24 and 8, you tripping.
I guess
they are number 2 in the West. They are a half a game behind Phoenix. Touchdown. They are a half a game behind Phoenix. They are a half a game behind Phoenix, and for first place in the West. They are 15-8. They are 8-2 in their last 10 games.
Wow, he did score again. Tom Brady is unstoppable. I'm ready to be done now. I'm devastated. I just knew we was gonna finally get us at least something to keep it close. Nope. We throwing games and he throwing touchdowns.
Do you think the point of this before was to say, do you think the Pelicans are for real?
Yeah, I like the Pelicans.
How you say the Pelicans are for real, but you don't think Zion is for real? Zion is a big reason that they are in second place.
I disagree with that. I think that Zion figured that out last year when they went to the playoffs without him. And he was like, oh, no, I guess I should play on this team.
They weren't in second place. They weren't in second place until they got him.
No, but they were already a good team without him. Remember,
they were a play-in team.
I said that if it was me, I'd trade him, give me Julius, and give me that first pick. I knew that team was already going to be a good team. And yeah,
so hold on, do you stand by that now?
Not at this. I mean,
then your point is that your point makes no sense.
Wait. Give me a damn second here.
That boy about to tap dance to a no.
Oh yeah. What? So let me tell you what I'm thinking. You said a first and Julius.
Oh, let me turn on my PlayStation.
So a first and Julius.
You better play 2K.
And then I had to think about, okay, if I'm thinking about the Knicks pick, where do I think the Knicks end up with Zion and RJ? And I probably think that they're playing at best. I think that's going to be a good draft pick. And, yeah, give me Julius. I still think that you're on the right side of things with that.
Wildin'. So you're saying that Julius and Zion are interchangeable right now?
How many points does Julius
average? I don't know. You're saying Julius and Zion are interchangeable right now. If you put Julius on the Pelicans, that they will still be the number 2 team in the West.
Yeah, and give me a first rounder. Yeah.
Wow.
What do you think the Julius average?
I don't care. He's not Zion. You can tell me what he averaging all you want to. He ain't Zion.
Okay. What is Zion? What was Zion averaging?
Better than Julius. Zion is better than Julius. Zion is better than Julius. Zion is better than Julius. That's my answer.
For the record, is 21 points, 8.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists. Same thing you're getting out of Zion.
24 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, a block, and a steal.
Tomato. You're right there. You are literally splitting hairs.
You can say that if you want to. There's a whole lot of people that average similar numbers, and you wouldn't take. There's no way. There's no whatever. You can think if you want to.
I would.
Ain't no way.
100%. And you're telling me that you're gonna give me a guy who basically has the same production, and I get a first round pick next year?
Okay, you go make that trade. You go turn on your PlayStation and you trade Julius and Zion.
You can say PlayStation,
and you can have your fun, or Xbox, realistic. Whatever. You can have. No, it's not real. And you can have all the fun that you want. Okay. You're gonna knock yourself out. Now, the Knicks do have 11 picks in the next 7 drafts or whatever. Yeah, go ahead. So, you figure that out. Go ahead, knock yourself out. But you are wilding if you think Julius Randle and Zion are the same player and interchangeable.
I did not say that they're the same player. I'm saying for Julius.
I said okay, interchangeable. You said interchangeable. You said that. I asked you 3 times in a row.
When I say interchangeable, yes, I can swap one out and put one directly on the other team, and you give me a first round pick. You damn right, give me the first round pick in Julius.
Tripping. So, I'm cool with most improved player. This is my most improved player so far. Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton has the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton has the Pacers in the playoffs right now. at 12-11. That is an accomplishment. That is because the Pacers are awful. They have a good young core, but he is balling. 40 assists and 0 turnovers in 3 games means he's averaging 13 assists and no turnovers a game. 13 assists and no turnovers.
Who do you think won the trade?
Push. I mean, because if you think back to the draft, nobody could really understand why you drafted him in the first place, because you had De'Aaron Fox and you needed a big. So then when they figured out that, hey, one of these two got to go, you already paid Fox, you're gonna have to probably pay Tyrese more. They went ahead and traded him, and they got Sabonis, and Sabonis made De'Aaron Fox, along with saving money and getting Kevin Huerter, better. So,
without a doubt,
Indiana. Now, I also don't think that Indiana or Sacramento thought Tyrese Haliburton was going to be this good. Like, no, I don't think they thought he was going to be this good. Because I believe they gave up picks in that trade too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, I think that everybody kind of hit. That's the reason I wanted to ask you that is, this is, I think, one of the times where both teams were successful. I think that, I mean, it looks like Sacramento, it worked a little bit better for them now.
Well, they parlayed some of the draft capital and stuff that they got in order to go get Kevin Huerter, in order to go get Malik Monk.
Yep, Malik Monk. And I think that, I mean, they're both interesting teams going forward. Indiana got to figure out what they're doing with Miles Turner, but I like the way that all of this played out. And Haliburton is a dog because he's also averaging like 20 points a game.
He's a problem, and he's only 22. Like, and it was like, he's old. You know, it's wild. They called him old because he played in college for like 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 21 years old.
He's also tall, if y'all haven't figured that out, and athletic.
He's got really long limbs. He's got really long limbs. Like,
and the 40 assists and 0 turnovers is amazing.
Smart. He's smart. He plays under control, and that little weird ass Sean Marion, Josh Childress type shot that he has is working.
Yeah,
is working. A little push shot.
Now, and quietly, that is going to be a little treacherous 3 guys between Haliburton, Benedict Mathurin, and Chris Duarte.
Yeah, because they're gonna get rid of Buddy Hield, and I think
Buddy's not on the same timeline as everybody else.
Nor is Miles Turner.
Yeah, I mean Miles could be. He ain't that.
He don't want to be. Miles. He released a podcast episode talking about why he think he'd be a good fit in L.A. Ain't no way he would want to be in Indiana. I wouldn't want to be in Indiana either. So, Tyrese Haliburton, man, he is amazing. And then finally we talked about.
My brother tried to
Jones.
tell me you wasn't good though. Said I hate to have to shoot at you like this, but for sure, said that Haliburton wasn't good.
He did.
Yeah.
He also told you that Zion was good, and you said he wasn't good. So I mean, push.
I didn't say that he wasn't good. I said that. I mean, how many more games do you think you're gonna get from him for the next?
I distinctly remember you saying Zion is not going to be that good. I distinctly remember that. Kev does too. The NBA. I wanted to talk about this because your boy, there's absolutely no way that this wasn't LeBron. To me. It might not have been. I'm just connecting the proverbial dots. The NBA loosens restrictions on scouting high school players. I don't know what this means, but to me, this means that this is step 1 of getting back to getting high school players to go straight to the NBA.
What do you think? How does that serve LeBron?
Bronny and Bryce. Bryce will be a sophomore.
Now
Bronny is a senior.
Bryce it might help Bryce. Bronny, you need to go to college.
Yeah, Bryce 6'6" already, which is scary.
Yeah. His little brother one summer and then came back the next summer. He the big brother.
Yeah, Kev. Yep, Kev. Remember?
Hey, Kev.
But this is interesting because college basketball, to me, it'll never be dead because it's a collegiate sport and it brings in too much money. But I mean, you
not very
going back to
interesting.
it seems like you're gonna go back to the days when the NAIA was better than the NCAA. Like college basketball, if you can get kids to go straight from high school to the pros, which opens up that can of worms of kids that don't need to go, that went anyway, ended up ruining their lives. But then you also have NIL in college. I think you have to look at it as you're able to enter the draft. If you don't get drafted, you can go back to college. If you go straight out of high school, they're going to have to figure out some type of rule in order to do it. Or they're just going to go to the G League.
My issue is gameplay. You don't even look like the NBA. Until they they need to make concessions on what the game is like in order for people to want to watch it, be interested, or want to play. You're telling me right now I got to play college basketball rules, or I can go to the G League and play NBA rules? Give me the NBA rules.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
Well, they play halves instead of quarters.
Yeah, okay.
35-second shot clock instead of 24-second shot clock.
Okay.
It's a different game. It's completely everything about that game you strategize differently.
I mean, it is different, but I guess
It's substantially slower. No, if you want, it's like baseball. Baseball understands what do we got to do? We got to speed the game up. Football, what do we have to do? We speed the game up. College basketball is like, nah.
Yeah, they need to do the 3-point line and zone defense. Yeah, if you're gonna do that, that's where I thought you were going with it.
But I mean, to me, all of that, like you need to make it more advantageous. Specifically, these kids play all this AAU basketball. This doesn't look like college basketball they play.
Yeah. So apparently, a lot of people are referencing Shaedon Sharpe in this game. He went from high school, I think, to the G League, and then went straight to the league, and he's playing phenomenally. So they're like, well, shoot, if we can get him, might as well. So this, to me, this could be a really big blow to the NCAA basketball. But
they can't be like college football and wait until it's too late to try to make changes. You need to be proactive instead of reactive.
I think they've already been reactive, though. I mean, the pros, they're reacting to the pros. The pros are they leaving college basketball. It's you can go ahead and say college basketball is probably the third or fourth avenue to the pros, because you got G League. You have, I guess Kev said or Sneaky said Overtime Elite, which is another form of the G League. Then you got Europe. You can go overseas. So then you go to college. I mean, there ain't too many players that were in college that's just coming out here like just, I mean, the 1 year. I don't want to say that, but NCAA, this is a blow to the NCAA for sure. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the basketball segment. We are going to go take 30 seconds and we'll be back rounded out with our splashes of the week. Y'all tell I'm tired. I can't even get the title out. We're going to talk about the splashes of the week, talk about some soccer, as well as, man, we need more black baseball, because the amount of money that is being thrown around in baseball is just out of this world. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Where are we? Splashes of the week transition? Yeah, let's do that.
Jesus.
Yeah. That's true. We booming out the way. We've done it with robotic arm on the space shuttle. We've done it with direct launch of modules. Prepare for light speed. For the spaceship, now I'm a space cadet. Big white mansion in my habitat. Aim a lot of sticks like a laser tag. Fuck a rich bitch, having rich set. Smoke a lot of trees, need a weed plant. I did take a lean where the lean at. Sleeping on these G's is a beanbag. Got red going jeans, cause I'm cool, right? Checking from my fan life and fantastic. I was broke as hell, sleeping on the mattress. So felt like a hell when nobody happy. Hot shells jumping out, they send me automatic. Ran it up by the condo, got a new edit. Now the VV's with a V-long jean jacket. They can see me even if you had 3D glasses. Bad bitch in the bikini, she from Calabasas. Got a pocket full of blue cheese and some green relish. I'm a psycho for these hunters, got a cash fetish. I've been studying these hunters, I'm a mathematic. And this love make me wanna buy my dedicated. This love got me geeked up, I don't need a addy. Straight goals, let these niggas know we've already. Expensive clothes on my bitches, we ain't ball capping. Alien feel like I'm living on my own planet. Bought a spaceship, now I'm a space cadet. Big white mansion in my habitat. Aim a lot of sticks like a laser tag. Fuck a rich bitch, having rich set. Smoke a lot of trees, need a weed plant. I did tickle lean where the lean at. Sleeping on these G's is a beanbag. Got red going jeans, cause I'm cool, right? Chanel shoes overseas, they were pan leather. Shop in Tokyo, Japan, they the best ever. Blueberry t-shirt, sleeve vanilla. Hard top, turn a vert, riding any weather. Ain't gotta bend down, this ain't a propeller. Man, we spend it down, copping Gucci sweaters. Said the dripping niggas drowning, I cannot help them. Used to boom, now the guys, we are not the devil. Got Colombia ties out of Mexico. Spent the beds 100 times, still smell dope. Got some pimp, feel applying, feel like Velcro. My bitch fine and love shopping on Rodeo. I be if you don't want copy, it's a day, yo. Ain't stingy, my bro gonna get a payroll. I just want the pretty women in their pesos. I can only hit the engine in this Lambo. Bought a spaceship, now I'm a space cadet. Big white mansion in my habitat. Aim a lot of sticks like a laser tag. Fuck a rich bitch, having rich set. Smoke a lot of trees, need a weed plant. I did tickle lean where the lean at. Sleeping on these G's is a beanbag. Got red going jeans, cause I'm cool, right? Bought a spaceship, now I'm a space cadet. Big white mansion in my habitat. Aim a lot of sticks like a laser tag. Fuck a rich bitch, having rich set. Smoke a lot of trees, need a weed plant. I did tickle lean.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our final segment of episode 80 of the Splashcast, the Around the League edition. Monday Night Raw. Remember to like, subscribe, rate, and review us. We appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. Follow
your
like,
boy.
subscribe.
You see the Instagram below. Look below Reggie, Instagram there. And always remember, at the Splashcast, follow the kids.
Follow the host. So you know what our splashes of the week. We actually haven't done this in a while because there really hasn't been much to talk about outside of football, basketball, and baseball that week.
And been good things going on in the world.
It really hadn't been too much going on, but we wanted to highlight something. And people ask all the time. People ask all the time, why do y'all say more black baseball? Why do y'all say that? Here's why. 2 years. Now, the Mets signed Justin Verlander. Now, Justin Verlander is one of the greatest pitchers of all time. He's really, really good. 2 years, $86 million. This is the kind of money flowing through baseball. Fully guaranteed. $43 million a year. There are 52 weeks in a year.
Work every day.
You pitch once every 5 days for 6 months. Yeah, 6 months.
Lord knew not to give me this much money. 2 years, $86 million, and I only got to do my job every 5th day.
Quagmire.
Not more black baseball, all black baseball.
This money is so insane. There's people getting paid that I ain't even heard of. Who the hell is Trey Turner? Apparently, he's really, really good. He's really, really good. I don't remember him, but he's pretty good. Got to be 11 years, $300 million.
Wait, he's headed to the Phillies?
11 years, $300 million with a no trade clause.
Well, I don't. Both of these teams are problems for my team, so it don't matter where you at. You're gonna be hell, whether it be the Dodgers or the Phillies. Seems like we can't get away from either.
Nope.
Congratulations, man.
The Phillies almost won, and what's crazy is the Phillies got better because they almost won the World Series this year. And he went from the Dodgers to the Phillies. And everybody's assuming that the Dodgers are going to be right back because, I mean, they're hard to beat.
Yeah. Same thing about the Mets. I was just sure once they lost DeGrom, I was like, all right, well, it's a little bit of less pressure on us, and then they come back 2 days later, a day later, and get Verlander for 2 years, $86 million.
Yeah,
hey,
because
Dansby Swanson, bro. How about that?
the Braves
Hey,
need to pay
Dansby
Dansby Swanson right now because every team around us seems to be getting better. We can't stay stagnant.
Nope.
So we talk about more black baseball all the time, but here's something else we want to talk about that we never talk about is hockey. But why is this interesting?
More Filipino hockey.
A half Filipino player from California, a non-hockey state, is taking the NHL by storm. Jason Robertson currently leads the NHL in goals scored. I mean the NHL in goals scored. He has 23.
That was Young Way Cool.
That's right.
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, you're right."
It was funny though.
It was. That's why I laugh, and that's why I say it too loud. I may beep that out.
Or don't.
No, it's funny if you beep it out. That'll teach you. Hey, if you didn't listen hear it on live, then you should have been here.
I will allow that 100%.
But right now he scored 23 goals. He's currently third in points because you get points for assists as well as goals. He has 41 points, and he is third, and he leads the league in goals scored. And he is a rookie, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice work, Dallas Stars. Hopefully, I might have to go check this kid out.
Yeah, apparently he's like really, really good. Like everybody's like, yo.
More
Yeah,
Filipino hockey.
The fact that he made it to ESPN and they talking about hockey. Look at this. Just gotcha. Didn't he? He didn't even see it. Did you watch this? He ain't even see the puck. Didn't even see it.
Oh my God.
Didn't even see it. I don't know what sorcery this is. That's 3 goals in one game.
Jesus.
Boy, and it's a Midwestern Anglos that are just angry right now. Them Great Lakes folks. Wait a minute. This all we got. This all we got up here. This and sledding in the X Games.
It's somebody who want to tell him you need to go back to your country.
He's like, man, I'm American. I'm from California.
I'm whooping your ass. That's where I'm at. How about that?
That's
Get
what
back
I
out
like.
here
I'm
to
from
the ice and
California.
Get whooped again.
Yeah, say it again. Say it to my face. I shoot another puck in the net, bro.
Boy.
But shout out, man. That was actually pretty cool, man. T's and P's to Pele. 82-year-old Pele has had chemotherapy. He's been going through a lot of stuff in Sao Paulo in Brazil. He is arguably regarded as the greatest soccer player of all time in the world. You know how good you gotta be to be the greatest player in the world? You can say you're the best basketball player in the world, and now you can because it's a world game. He actually won a tournament against the world and won multiple times and scored all his records are just now being broken by my new favorite black soccer player, Mbappe, out of France. But
yes.
teasing.
And this is how you get introduced into soccer in a black household. Pele.
Pele. Yep. You just that is true. That is true, man. But we do want to say
know about no soccer, but do you know Pele?
You know Pele, don't you? In other news, since we get into the World Cup, the United States World Cup, the United States made it through qualifying rounds and made it to the knockout stage, and then ended up getting beat by the Netherlands 3-1. I didn't know the Netherlands had this many black players on the team, and they are all like 6'5". Like everybody from the Netherlands is tall as hell. They just pretty much overpowered the U.S. throughout the entire game.
We playing Jared Culver.
He look like him. But so the United States men's soccer team ended up losing and not making it out of the quarterfinals, I guess is what it's called. They made it to basically the Sweet 16. But They're a really young team. They played really, really well.
U.S. soccer has taken big jumps. They still got a ways to go, though.
The men's team is taking big falls. This is the first time that they've actually been. They didn't even qualify last World Cup.
Yeah,
So,
last year, they were in a group of death, and that wasn't that. For you guys that don't know a ton about soccer, if you're in the group of death, you're the dead one.
yeah, somebody got to die, and they had to play
And
like
it's
France, England,
It's
and
you.
somebody else. I was like, yeah, we definitely ain't gonna make it.
YOU.
Yeah, but again, this is encouraging. Unfortunately, we won't see the United States men's soccer team for 4 years in the World Cup. They do have CONCACAF and a bunch of other I would say regional, but continental tournaments that they'll play. But they did have a good showing. Who did not have a good showing? I think Portugal made it. But this is an interesting story for me because Cristiano Ronaldo. Remember when we said that he signed with Manchester United? And apparently that deal went sour fast. They agreed to mutually part ways. And now, while he's in the World Cup playing for Portugal, it has been revealed that the Saudi giants Al Nassr have offered him a 3-year, $225 million deal. Now, I was tripping on Verlander getting 2 years, $86 million. This man's getting 3 years, $225 million if he accepts. The thing is, nobody really wants to go to the Middle East because of everything that goes on there culturally. Allegedly, people don't want to go.
And you better get over there.
But if the money's right, they'll go because they can. The region, the people that are in that region, came and got the whitest of whites to come over there and play golf. And paid them $150 million.
I feel like MBS is linked to Live. I don't know if he's, but so the dude and I'm afraid to put this on the internet, but Google MBS and who he is in your free time. I'm not making no deals with that man. Nothing close, adjacent, or near.
They got that money though, and they are flaunting it. They are trying to buy sports.
When they say all money is not good money, that is specifically the money that I have no. Hey, they can offer us $220 billion for a podcast.
Speaking of billion,
nope, no thanks.
Apple is looking to buy Manchester United for $7 billion. If they do, and they agree to this purchase, that will be one of the highest price tags for a soccer team in the world. I think right now is Real Madrid and Barcelona are both at $5.8 billion.
Something tells me if they buy this team to no longer trust Apple. I feel like they.
You saying you come over to the green bubbles or whatever y'all call it, blue bubbles?
I mean, I'm probably gonna have to. You see what they was doing over there about them phones, making them. Might be out of luck. Who knows? We're gonna get a new phone, but I don't. Getting all the way out and spending $7 billion to buy this team. I mean, Apple is Apple. They're pretty good at it. I think they would do some great branding deals, and it would be great to have your own team. It just seems a little tricky. And the Glazers are trying to get out of this thing for a reason, too, man.
Yep. I'm going to throw a monkey wrench into...
We don't need monkeys nor wrenches.
Yeah, well, you about to get this monkey wrench right here. Pause.
Hey. Yo.
Guess who was seen at the Mavericks game
Lars
this
Pippen.
evening? Close, OBJ.
Oh, yeah. He said he was going to Dallas.
With Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs. He has literally turned free agency into recruiting. This is just pure recruiting at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he's made that pretty clear. That's what he's doing.
Yeah,
I guess.
like I said, I think he's changed recruiting. I mean, free agency forever.
agency.
Just like LeBron has kind of. You see a lot more of these players signing 3 and 4 year deals, 2 and 3 year deals versus, because
Hey, Jerry, give me that black card. I'm going to get Odell.
cool. You want the jet too? What do you mean, Jerry? Give me the black card. Jerry don't need no money. Shoot.
No. If I'm Micah, I want the company card. I'm not spending any of my money.
I don't think right there he's not spending any of his money. You are walking into the Dallas. This is all understood. Ain't no money being paid. They walk. Ain't no tickets in their hand.
Nah,
Ain't
I
nothing.
want the Cowboy card.
Nah, you don't.
leaving here without the Cowboy card.
Nah, you gonna do whatever Jerry say. You gonna leave without the Cowboy card if Jerry say no.
Gonna give me that card. Hey,
You
bro,
can talk tough. We know who Jerry is not gonna do that. He's a control freak.
No, Jerry is not. The money, he could literally print more money. Do what you want to. Which card do you want?
But Tom Brady played an awful first half.
You'll get the card and you'll get the car. Just tell me what time.
Yeah.
You think Jerry could try to control money? I got plenty of that. I got more than that. He has more of that than he can spend.
Yep. But I just thought that was interesting because Odell already went to New York. All the rumors are like, oh, he wants to be in New York. He wants to go back and win. He could see himself settling down in New York. He's already from Texas. He doesn't really need to go back.
Dallas is the place to be. I mean, it's Dallas or New York.
Yeah. Yeah. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the Splash Cast episode 80 of the Monday Night Raw Around the League edition. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We can't wait for y'all to like, subscribe, rate, and review us on all DSPs, and you'll be able to see the Deion Sanders conversation because I'm definitely going to cut that up and post that immediately. With that being said, Norwood, if we didn't miss anything, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, been another fantastic episode, except for if you're Deion Sanders. If you are Deion Sanders, you might not like this episode. The absolute most good thing is you had a bunch of other fantastic episodes before you betrayed Jackson State and dipped and went to Colorado. Reggie.
You waiting on me?
Number one.
Sorry.
Yes. Number one, always more black baseball. And if they handing out contracts for 2 years, $86 million, we need to be there. But while we're there, and before we get there, Reggie's going to click on the link tree here.
So what you want to do is go to they destroyed Taysom Hill. Lord. www.instagram.com. Go and then type in the Splashcast, all one word. Then you're going to go here and you're going to click the like and follow button that is normally somewhere in here. Then there's somewhere in here, sorry. Then you're going to click the link tree. Kapow! And this is what pops up.
Yes, and then you'll see here at the Splashcast, the YouTube, the Splashcast, Apple Podcasts, the Splashcast, Spotify, the Splashcast, Google Podcasts, the Splashcast, Instagram, excuse me, at the Splashcast, Twitter, @_the Splashcast, Twitch, where you can always find us live, like right this very moment. You can find us on Splashcast, TikTok, at the Splashcast. Bam, there we are. There, see, that's me. But yes. TikTok, the playlist, episode 77, also on Apple Music, the Homecoming Hangover playlist, Twitter, the Splashcast playlist home, Splashcast on Facebook, and finally for you podcasters, you can also find us on Anchor. Now, can you quickly but briefly go to the schedule so they can hear and see where they can find us all week? Monday. Here we are right now, this very moment, Monday Night Raw. Tuesday, tomorrow, the ATL edition will come out. For all of y'all who want to hear about the Atlanta Braves, Falcons, and Hawks, specifically about Trey versus Nate, and I think that kind of bled over into tonight's loss. You'll hear all about that tomorrow. Wednesday, the Splashcast 36 pack will come out. Trying to decide if I want to do 2 or not, but I haven't quite figured that out. Thursday, the Around the League edition. So anybody who missed Monday Night Raw, you can catch it here on all DSPs on Thursday. And then Saturday, we will be back. There will be no college football. We will cry in the car, but there is NFL football. We will pick those games. With that said, number 2, more black cowboys and more black cowgirls. Number 3 seems to mean a little bit more today, more than usual. And I'm actually going to dare say do something a little different here on number 3. Typically, we tell you the historically black college university that you graduated from, your cousin graduated from, your aunt graduated from, your mom graduated from. Send some money over there. The historically black college university that is in your neighborhood, the one that you physically are present at, going to events and supporting whatever they have on campus, send some money over there. And then finally, we would typically tell you, send some money to Hampton. Today, after what Deion Sanders has done, we all understand that him removing the resources in the way that he did is probably going to cause a problem in Jackson State, you know, in sports and in recruiting across the board. I have unilaterally made the decision that if you can, please make a donation to Jackson State on behalf of the Splashcast. It's of the utmost importance that we support these schools specifically in their time of need. Reg, it's all yours.
Man, look, man, y'all make sure that you just have the conversation. Be open to have the conversation with people that hold HBCUs near and dear to their heart. I don't really have anything else to say. Y'all know how I feel about the situation. It's a sad day, man. With that being said, man, we come to the end of the Splashcast. I don't have anything else. Please remember to like, subscribe, rate, and review us on all your DSPs. Follow us everywhere. Got some things on the way. Stay tuned. And I think you normally say if there's not anything else left to say.
Only one thing for me and Reggie to do right now, my friend, and that is
hang out.
Hang out.
Appreciate it, y'all.